Mama always said never fall for a rich girl. Fall for a rich girl. No. Cause when you fall, they won't catch you. They won't catch you. No. And mama always said stay away from the drug world. Stay away from the drug world. Yeah. I promise those things won't get you through. Won't get you through. But what I do, I fell in love with a rich girl. A rich girl. And she don't care nothing about me. So I had to relieve myself somehow. I went and turned to these streets and tried me a couple things. Please don't be mad at me. Please don't be dramatic. Please don't turn your back on me. These kids might they laugh at me, cause I don't fit in with the jocks and the athletes. I feel like a different breed, and most of the time I feel like no one's hearing me. Are you even listening? Shit, I didn't think so. So I'ma roll the whole thing and go weed smoke. I'ma roll the whole thing and go weed smoke. I'ma roll the whole thing and go weed smoke. I'ma roll the whole thing and go weed smoke. I'ma roll the whole thing and go weed smoke. I'ma roll the whole thing and go weed smoke. I'ma roll the whole thing and go weed smoke. I'ma roll the whole thing and go weed smoke. Your daddy always said never fall for a broke girl. Fall for a broke girl. No. You need a little sugar that can get you through. Get you through. Oh. But daddy fell in love with the white girl. The white girl. Hey. So I figured I had to try me some too. You know monkey see, monkey do. But please don't be mad at me. Please don't look away, God. Please don't turn your back on me. Feel like you erasing me. If I remember correctly, Dad, this how you raised me. But you ain't even here no more. Even if you was, Dad, I ain't a kid no more. I fell in love with the girl next door.
And, you know, here's the thing. People will often say to me, Katie, you always find yourself in drama. And you know what? No, I don't. This is actually not my drama. What they're doing has nothing to do with me other than they talk about me. Do you feel me? I don't know these people. I don't talk to them. I don't speak to them. They're not my friends. They're not my family. They're not my employees. They're not my colleagues. They're literally just human beings that exist on YouTube that have decided that I am their content. And this is how they make their money, which is fine. Whatever. Make your money. Get your coin. But they are literally making up insane conspiracies about me, that I am trying to destroy people's lives through my employee, and I am sending them threats through my employee, who I don't have, by the way, and that me, little old me, who's literally just putting out content on my channel every day, is trying to ruin the world. And this morning, I'm getting dragged into more shit because whoever this person is now threatening to kill my son.
All right, everybody, we're both here. So Aaron was just live. So if you haven't yet, make sure, I'll get Megan to drop the link to Aaron's live that she just did. Make sure you go and watch it as well. So I'm Vada, and this is Aaron, which, of course, y'all all know this. I don't know why I'm acting like y'all know. In case there's any new people here. So I'm so jinxed. I guess it's because you weren't here. So I go live. My screen starts messing up, and I already knew because my brand was freezing it was going to do this. Okay, we're all set up now. So me and Aaron were supposed to go live. I think we were going to do part 5 like a week ago, but what had happened, Aaron? I don't remember.
I don't either. I remember I thought that we were supposed to go live like several nights ago, but then I think I saw a text from you saying, were we supposed to go live tonight? That was last night. So I'm like, I don't know.
We are a mess. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and do this disclaimer. The following content is solely based on the litigation between Katherine Paulson and Vada Jade only, and you'll also see throughout the stream a little banner scrolling across the bottom, and also a trigger warning. The following content contains wording that may be sexual or violent in nature. This content also contains wording surrounding crimes against children. All right. So as I was trying to say before, what we have been going over is the HRO Saga, Harassment Restraining Order Saga, between Katherine Paulson, or Without a Crystal Ball, and myself, Vada Jade. And this all started back in November of 2022. I never gave the backstory of what led to all of this. I watched through all 4 of the episodes we've done so far, and we never even explained how we even got to this. How did that happen?
I don't know why exactly, but Katie ended up was thinking that she was doxing you by posting an image and something about arrest reports or whatever, stealing beer or some shit like that.
Yeah, the fake arrest report she attached to a photo.
Right, yeah. And then it was because of that, I think that it wasn't that the reason why you filed the initial TRO against her?
Nope. The reason I filed the initial one is because she made a Facebook post, and to her massive following over on Facebook, and she said, "Don't worry, you'll be hearing from my lawyers tomorrow, and the police will be knocking at your door." And I said, "You want to bet?" And the police ended up at her door instead. That's what did it. Not to mention, she accused me of car theft. I think it was either her or Nikki that falsely accused me of identity theft. I don't know which one. But in that post, I think it was car theft. Was it stealing cars? I know she falsely accused me of robbing a gas station for beer when I don't even drink beer. But anyway, so real quick, before I forget, during part 4, we had requested that if you would like to donate towards some of the documents that I'm trying to get from the FBI and the police, please do so. So I wanted to show the receipts for the documents that I did buy with those of you to those of you that did donate and deserve a receipt. So let me go ahead and show that super quick. It's also on my community post if you want to see it up close. But you can see right there, Wright County, $145. It was $148 with tax. And I had made the payment on 11/26/2024. And I'll leave it up there for just a second. Thanks again to all of you that have donated. And what that will include will be the interview Katie had with the FBI and the police, but it can't be in audio version. It has to be in transcribed version. It will include, it has to be sent off to a third party company, and they said that they have no control of whenever it gets back and that it has to be under Minnesota statute, and they have no control of when we will receive it back. Next will be the 53 screenshots that was mentioned in the FBI reports that we read. Some kind of photos that I have no idea. I didn't know there was photos. I'm guessing of her house, probably that WACB or the Balls account posted.
Well, didn't the report from the detective say that she had submitted a bunch of screenshots to him in the report?
Yeah, that's the 53 screenshots. But she's trying to tell me that there's photos separate from those.
Oh, okay.
There's emails separate from those. So I'm like, okay, well, what's the 53? If the emails are separate and the photos are separate, then what's the 53 screenshots of? So I'm just lost on that part. But that's what all that included. There was something else that included, but I can't remember if that's all that I could get for the $150. I still have to come up with 80 for the supplementary reports and the full investigative report from the investigator at her sheriff's department, not to mention mine. It's just a mess. So, but thank you all that donated. That'll get us started. I don't know when it'll be back, but I had initially messaged Erin and I was like, you want to wait till some of the stuff comes back before we do part 5? That's what I thought we were doing. And then she said, are we going live tonight? And I was like, well, I did end up setting up a bunch of stuff. So let's do a quick briefing of if you are way behind and have no clue what we've covered so far. The HRO Saga playlist is on my channel, and I think it's on Erin's. I sent her an invite to collab. And it says it'll have that picture on it, and it'll have part 1, which looks like this, where we go over the paperwork version of the HROs. I read the HRO filed against me from Katie from June 28th of 2024. And I also read the HRO I filed on her on August 17th, I believe, which was right after that. Okay, then part 2, we go into a timeline of her motive, her reason for doing this, and what I believed her motive was, and the evidence that proves everything that goes towards that direction, and the 7M people that she's being sued by. Because she accused me of working for Robert Shin. There's a reason she's doing that. So that caught my eye, and I started looking into them. Oh, dang, I forgot to plug in my computer. 1 second. Let me hurry and grab this before it does. Okay. Then, what did we cover in part 3, Erin? Part 3. Let me look for a second.
There was the last one we did, right?
Nope, that was the second before last one we did.
Okay. The last one I
3
know
hours long. 3 hours long.
covered like all the police reports, right? And
That
in the last one.
That was part 4.
Yeah. Okay. Part 3. Then wasn't it just like the whole her trying to get you to agree?
Oh, okay. So part 2, we started the timeline, couldn't finish the timeline because we started a timeline from May 29th when the docuseries released all the way to June 28th when she filed this against me. So we got halfway through, had to stop at June 16th, finish that timeline on part 3, and then part 4 was fully about the police reports and the FBI reports. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And now we're on part 5. And throughout this whole sector of things, I never went over the reasons we got here, how I even got Katie's attention, anything like that. And I am going to do a small video for those of you that can't watch 3 and 4 hour live streams, just kind of reading over the HRO, the simple things. But first, I want to take care of something real quick. And it's just a quick video. This is for someone that know who they are. And I'm going to go ahead and play that because this person has been relentlessly since midnight on Thanksgiving, midnight into Thanksgiving, has been tagging the hell out of me on Twitter, trying to argue about her name's Musty Manya over there on Cheshire's channel. She, out of nowhere, made this video. I've been doing sort of a exposing lies short saga on them, like making shorts of their lies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did one on Renelle that they lied on, and then I did one on me that they lied on. And in this, they claimed that I settled out of court with Katie, that I came to a settlement agreement with Katie, and that we agreed to dismiss. She's trying to tell me basically that a dismissal means the same thing as an agreement or settlement, and it doesn't. And I even put the damn definition down there for her, but she's brain dead. So I'm going to go ahead and play this short so you kind of get an idea. And the whole reason I'm playing this short is so you can see for yourself the paperwork that we both were mailed with the dismissals on it. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. So here you go, Manya.
That's the basic thing that you can do. Vada did. Vada settled with Katie Joy outside the court. They took down their TROs, both of them. There wasn't a settlement, though, okay? They can both bring their TROs back up again at each other. So it's not a settlement. A settlement would mean that they came to some sort of resolution. Nothing was resolved. It was withdrawn. That's what happened. It's not a settlement. And yeah, exactly. Think about what you just said there. Think about what Manya just said. Basically, here's what happened. Here's what Manya's saying. They reached some sort of agreement or whatever. Well, what happened? Katie Joy filed a TRO against Vada. Vada said, fuck you, and filed one right back. Katie Joy then said, oh shit, I'm withdrawing mine, fuck this. That's what happened.
Order for dismissal of harassment restraining order to the petitioner respondent named above. This is me versus Katherine Paulson. Based on the petitioner's request, the court makes the following order. The harassment restraining order issued on August 19, 2024 against the above named respondent is dismissed. Next up, we have Katie's order against me, Katherine Paulson, and minor child. Order for dismissal of harassment restraining order. To the petitioner/respondent named above, based on the petitioner's request, the court makes the following order. The harassment restraining order issued on June 28, 2024 against the above named respondent is dismissed. So there you go, Manya. Okay. So, but what kills me is this girl gaslights more than anything I've ever seen. But she may have the nerve to make this comment to me. She said that me and Aaron were desperate. She only knows 3 words, and she uses these 3 words every time she wants someone to perceive her as smart, which is usually the word fallacy. What is that? What is it? Oh, yeah. One. There was another word. What is it? Ad hominems, yeah. And then the other one is incompetent. So those are really the only 3 words she ever says. So after I give her the definitions of the difference between a settlement and a dismissal, she's literally going on and on and on. She knows she lost on this. And so what she then does is claim that she said Chess jumped in, I think, and said something about Aaron. So I had lashed right back. And Manya said, do I need to teach you basic English? And I said, well, you need to learn to speak basic English first, because I never could understand what the hell she's saying most of the time. I said, when you learn to do that, then come for me. So since me and Aaron are the desperate, obsessed ones, this is how many times I've ever reacted to Chesh. 0. None. There's maybe 2 shorts, some tweets that I just now started doing. But let's just look since November of 2023. We're the ones that are obsessed with them, desperate, wanting attention. We're begging for attention, right? Well, they have done. And this is not including, I didn't even add the ones from Twitch, no posts from Twitter, no, not the 2 deleted streams they did. So they have done 157 hours, 38 minutes, 56 seconds of content on us since November of 2023. So I just want to show you, we're the ones that are desperate. Look at this. 56 or 58 streams, I think. Mostly about Aaron, me, Aaron. I mean, all of her thumbnails they're all stretched out. They are low quality. They look like a freaking 4-year-old drew on them. They got stuff coming out of people's nose. I mean, look how close they zoomed in on Aaron's face. Like, could you at least put some effort into the thumbnail? But y'all want to jump on me about artwork. I mean, maybe you need to practice some for you to be so big on art. I mean, you suck at thumbnails. But look at all this crap. This is the most childish. How old are these girls? 40? I think Chesh is like 40 and mine is like 42, right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Is that how old they are?
Honestly, I don't know. I think Chesh is I'm pretty sure Chesh is in her 30s anyways. Manya, I think it might be a few years older. I'm not sure.
Geez, and today I sent her the link to Plenty of Fish, which is a dating site. Because I told her, I said, I know you got some extra fishy shit going down there, or you have a boyfriend or keep a boyfriend. I could not imagine dating either one of those. I mean, what kills me the most is this girl has spent 5 relentless days after losing, still coming, still going. And I'm like, okay, you win. And she's like, oh, you're just going to give up? I said, we can agree to disagree. And then she writes this long double paragraph. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't know which of the 157 hours I'm going to pick to do mine and Aaron's first stream in reaction to them together. But today we are focused on HRO Mayhem Part 5, the dismissals. So in that stream, I had just played this. So we have Katie versus Vada. Katherine Paulson and her minor child. It says the petitioner respondent named above. Based on the petitioner's request, the court makes the following order. The harassment restraining order issued on June 28th against the above named respondent is dismissed. I would be the respondent. Okay, so then we swap over to this one and says Vada versus Katherine Paulson to the petitioner or respondent named above. Based on the petitioner's request, the court makes the following order. The harassment restraining order issued on August 19th, 2024 against the above named respondent is dismissed. So I just want to make the point for those of you that may not know, which I'm not trying to treat y'all like you're dumb, but some of you might not know, layman terms when it comes to legality. So let me just read the difference. Everybody knows whenever someone is trying to, like Katie, right? Her case wasn't dismissed with 7M or Toddy Westbrook. They were not dismissed. Dismiss means that the party either withdrew and they decided to dismiss, or it was dismissed due to having no merit or something like that. A settlement or agreement would be that both parties agreed to certain terms in order to have a certain effect, which didn't happen. And so let me just go to... All right, so right here, literally, I tagged her in this, and I said, a dismissal in court means the judge officially ends a case, usually because no further action is being taken, while a settlement is a voluntary agreement between the parties involved in a case to resolve the dispute. So that means me and Katie would have to voluntarily come to an agreement between each other or between her lawyer and myself, often involving some form of compensation, bitch, I'm broke, which usually leads to the case being dismissed afterwards. Essentially, a dismissal is the court action to end a case, while a settlement is the negotiated agreement that can lead to a dismissal, which did not happen.
Right. I even tried explaining that. I pointed out how there was no resolution. At the very best, you guys just withdrawing things just pretty much avoided it going further. At the very worst, you guys just postponed going further, because you can both still file against each other for the same exact reasons why you filed originally, or even for new reasons, for whatever reason you want, because nothing was resolved.
Yeah, all that literally happened was we went to our initial court date. Okay, for hers against me, I had to agree to plead guilty to it, not plead guilty, but it still be on my record or go to trial. I picked trial. So a trial date was set for October 24th. Exhibits and witness lists were due October 10th. So before October 10th came, her lawyer started emailing me, asking me for some of my evidence. And I sent him a lot of the evidence. And we talked on the phone maybe 3 or 4 times. The first time he called, well, it wasn't a call. We were in a hearing and we got put in a side room for like an hour and a half on the very first day. I think that was on September 5th. And we talked for about an hour. And then he started emailing me. And then he called me right before, I think it was the day before the exhibits were due, October 9th, and asked me if I would agree to allow him to file a continuance on behalf of both parties. That way they could have more time. Because at that point, he was trying to get me to agree to some sort of a settlement or agreement where I remove all of my content and agree to never speak about Katie for X amount of time. And so he was emailing me back and forth, and I kept refusing to do it. So then he calls me and asked me to do a continuance. That way, he said he needed more time to hopefully come to some sort of agreement, and it would give me more time to study the case law in Minnesota and be able to travel out there. So all it was going to do is pretty much move the hearing from October 24th, the trial from October 24th to January or February. That's all it was. So the order was approved or granted. Well, on the day it was granted, the judge ordered that we still appear at a pretrial hearing, the pretrial hearing that we were scheduled for on October 22nd, because he wanted to know why we wanted to postpone and move the case way out. Well, at this point, I received some evidence from the investigators. I received, well, I'm not going to say what else I've received, but I sent it to her lawyer. Well, he makes a phone call while I'm at Subway, while I'm visiting my parents. And I knew immediately when he started talking that he was going to try to once again talk me into some sort of settlement. So he starts off the conversation by talking about how, it would be a dreadful trip for me to have to go to Minnesota. And I said, sir, I'm going to go ahead and let you know, because I can tell what's happening here, how Katherine is. She files these false HROs, attaches fabricated evidence that she had someone create against the person, to then try to coerce you or extort you or threaten you with a legal system to remove all your content, about pretty much to scare you to death to where you'll run away. And it has worked before on someone. And she tried that on me. And then, which we're going to go over today, and we're going to go over exactly why her plan didn't work. And we're going to go over I have the allegations written out, all of them. Well, all that I could think of. There was so damn many. And then we're going to look at her repeated behavior from 2020, 2021, when I didn't even have a channel. And then I have some clips that Aaron had gave me from a playlist that we didn't even go over. I don't know how I missed them. I must not have these. But anyway, back to court. I don't want to get distracted. So he called me while I'm at Subway, and he said, well, I received this stuff you gave me. And on that same day, I received more stuff, though, because I'm not going to give him everything that he's then going to have to give to Katie that she can then manipulate and then screw myself for court. So I'm not going to give him like my bingo, best evidence. And I told him that I wasn't doing that. Well, when I could tell he was trying to push towards a settlement agreement, I said, sir, I'm not doing it. I refuse to do it. I have to take down my whole main channel. I'm not doing it. If that's where this is going. So then he tries to tell me the benefits of a settlement, why I should settle, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, not happening. I want to go to trial. I've decided I want to just go to trial. And he said, well, ultimately, I would just, maybe I can, talk to her, and, a settlement's a good thing. You could have terms for her to agree to. You could have terms that she could agree to. And I said, I don't want to sign shit. I said, we're going to trial. I'm not doing anything that agree to any kind of terms, because Katie likes to jump through loopholes of the terms and violate shit. So I don't agree to terms. I refuse to do that.
Well, not even just that. I mean, what terms would it have been? If you had agreed not to talk about her, then she would have been like, okay, and I'll agree to the same. I won't talk about you. Well, big deal. She doesn't really talk about you on her channel anyways. Her shit's all about the sister wives. So
she
I mean,
wants my content down where you and I exposed. That's why Chess and them are after you so hard. Why is it just you and I that are targeted the most? It's because we exposed her framing that woman with the donation scam back in November. I came out of nowhere. And then by March, she started having those spoofed emails created in my name. And she's been saving them all this time. And then when she tried to give them to somebody to use against me legally before it, they got thrown out. So I guess she thought, hey, I'll just stack these and try it on my end. Maybe it'll work. But so on the same phone call that we're going, I told him, I said, let's stop right here. I want you to do something because it was going back and forth, him talking to her, coming back to me. She wasn't willing to just the point we were at this point was she was not willing to go to trial. She didn't want to go to trial, but she was not willing to dismiss. She was refusing to dismiss without some kind of terms. And I said, well, then forget it. Let's go to trial. I'm not doing terms. So it's either her dismiss it or we're going to trial. And then I told him, I said, I want to go ahead and let you know that I've uncovered more evidence and that the detective is also going to be a witness on my end. He said if I let him know in a month in advance that he would appear. And I sent him proof of this. And then on the phone, he had said that he would let her know what I had against her. And then not even 2 days later, he emailed me and he said, Katie wants to dismiss. And he's putting in a motion for the dismissal. And I said, okay, what do I do? He said, well, the judge has to decide and talk to her about hers first. And I said, okay. So he said, we're just going to do it on the October the 22nd when we go to that pre-trial hearing where we're supposed to explain why we wanted the trial postponed. We'll just talk about it then. So we get to the trial thing. Katie immediately wanted to request to get the dismissal done. The judge said he'd think about it. Next thing I know, I get a letter and ours is both dismissed. The judicial officer is who's in charge, I guess, in Minnesota. They are the ones who decide. During the hearing, he had asked Katie why if she was sure that she wanted to just straight out dismiss hers. And she said yes. And then during the trial, he kind of basically had asked me what was going on my end. And I told him, sir, all of these allegations, all I'm trying to do on my end is get this subpoena from Google filed. I said, if you would sign that, that would be great. I could get these 22 emails subpoenaed and we got game on. And I told him, I said, my biggest worry during that hearing was, even though our motion for continuance was granted, I didn't know if that meant our exhibit due date on the 10th was going to, get us in trouble if we didn't have our stuff. And I was trying to ask her lawyer, I was like, okay, say you file this motion on the 9th, our exhibits are due tomorrow, our witness lists are due tomorrow. If he doesn't even see our case till the 11th, then our exhibits are in, I'm screwed. So I didn't want them to have all their stuff turned in, and I didn't think in this continue. I felt like I was going to get set up because I always feel that way. But he absolutely wasn't trying to set me up. I loved her lawyer. Thank God he's got fucking common sense. And so then we get, so that was that hearing. Oh, and then I got the letters in the mail saying that the respondent had a request to dismiss hers and that she had asked the judge for permission to go ahead and have mine dismissed, and he granted them both. And what I've been trying to tell Manya is the respondent, the original respondent, not respondent, but the original petitioner is Katherine. I filed a counter, so I will always be the respondent during that. Like in November, when I was the first initial filer against her here, that would have made me the petitioner. But anyway, she probably, if Manya's watching this, she probably zapped out by now. That woman is, oh my God. All right, let's get back to stuff that matters. I'm not wasting my time on those morons. All right, let's go. So what I got tonight is 2 streams from Katie that Aaron had, thank God, because I've never seen these before. And one of them, first we're going to go over the allegations. Okay, we already went over the dismissal. So one of them is from an IG Live on February 13th of 2024. Okay, and one of them is from the 15th of 2024. Okay, the green shirt is the 15th and the 13th is the ugly reddish shirt. But first, let's go over all of the allegations in a summed up. I went through the whole HRO and summed up all of the allegations. And these are not only, I pretty much put all together the allegations that have been made against me for doing the right thing since 2020, November of 2022, basically March of 2023. That's when this all started and all these false allegations. So from November of 2022, most of you were here, to March of 2023. How many months is that, Aaron? I started my channel on November 11th. So November 11th to December 11th.
Yeah, okay, wait.
4 months.
Wait, from when you started your channel to when?
November 11th of 2022 to March 17th of 2023.
Oh, so it would be like 5 months, maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. So me and Aaron had spent those 4 or 5 months exposing Katie and her team who set up that lady. But then Unirock gets sued by JLR. And Unirock, I'm live. He's mad because I'm calling him a chode, which means little dick. And I embarrassed him in front of his wife or girlfriend, whatever she was at the time. And so he jumps up in my live chat. I swear to God it was him, even though nobody would listen to me about my evidence on that. Out of nowhere, a Unirock 2 account comes up in my live chat and it says, I just messaged you. And it just so happens that a Jason Smith, which is Unirock's name, I'm looking for messages. I'm like text messages, messenger message request. And then out of nowhere, I see an email come down and it said Jason Smith. And it said, stop now or else, or something like that in the subject line. I saw that come across my phone screen. I said, hold on a second. So I read it out loud on that stream. He was upset because I was reading the lawsuit that JLR had made against him. It was hilarious. And that's when he had done it right in the middle of that stream. And it said, you either leave Steve and Aaron right this moment, or else I will frame you with emails, with threatening emails. Not even 2 days later, boom, Nonsense and Kathy P or Joe Dirt, both at the same time. I'm talking within 20 minutes of each other, post a spoofed email created in my name with threats to their kids on them at the same time, tagging me in it. And I was like, oh shit. Megan sends them to me. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But what was weird is Nonsense still talking to you? Yeah, her and Uni were good at that time. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. They were still good at that time. I don't think they had broke up yet. So at that point, I start getting emails sent to me with threats, and I'm in Nonsense's name, but she's still posting them saying it's me, knowing they're not for me. Well, at this time, let's see, what had happened? Okay, now the email thing started because Unirock, what did Unirock do? He had like embarrassed himself in front of like the Queen Bee community. What did he do to embarrass himself? I can't remember.
Oh, he was served a cease and desist letter from JLR, and he, rather than just say I was served a cease and desist letter, he said that he received a threatening letter from JLR, and that JLR had even mentioned Queen Bee in this threatening letter, and it was handwritten, and he sent several letters or something. When in actuality, JLR sent the same letter to several addresses because they were unsure which one was his home address, and they wanted to make sure he was served with it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me make this clear on who.
In other words, it was known as Lettergate. So
Lettergate. Yep. Okay. So at this time, let me think. At the beginning, it was me, Aaron, and Steve. That's all that I talked to. Me, Aaron, Steve, and Nikki. And we had exposed Nonsense or dumbass on the web, Unirock, and Katherine for framing the woman. Well, Nonsense starts coming back at me. Unirock starts coming back at. Well, he didn't really say much about me, and he was kind of scared of me for some reason. But Nonsense did. And they started coming at me. And then when I started covering, when Unirock embarrassed itself in front of the Queen Bee community, I guess they wanted the heat off of them. They started joining the Queen Bee community so that they could mass flag and take Molly out. So Molly had paid me to pretty much investigate that, get all the links for all the people that had mass flagged and took her channel down. And I did so. And then I went live and did like mass flag part 1 and 2 and exposed, all of the people that were sharing the Twitter links flagging her. So at that point, JLR sues Unirock. After Molly's channel went down, Unirock went from Molly to then JLR. I guess he thought he was going to mass flag and have him taken down. And he starts calling him like a predator or something like that. Well, JLR sues his ass quick. That's how you got to do these fraudulent people. And at that time, Unirock absolutely 100% worked on Katie's behalf. And I'm not talking, tax W-2 was. I'm talking about under the table. He does your dirty work. You send him a Cash App or a fucking vape and a Red Bull and whatever else you did with him. And he does he runs with whatever narrative that he wants her to do or that she wants him to do. So the first time the emails dropped, the whole point is they He had got exposed by the Queen Bee community, which is like a mass of 8 or 9 creators. And me and Aaron over here on the side. Steve, he was already gone by then. When shit gets hot, he's gone, just so you know. So it's just me and Aaron over here in this hot fire. And then we've got Queen Bee and all of them. So you got to think, I just like exposed a community of like 20 people who just mass flagged and took Molly down. Well, all of her enemies now came back for me. So that's when Burnt Toast came for me. That whole community and Nonsense and them are over there kissing ass, trying to suck ass, trying to, influence that harassment. They want revenge because they got outed for fake screenshots and everything. Well, then that's when, boom, all of these creators, all 15 of those creators out of nowhere start posting these emails that were supposedly from Unity Rock with threats in them. Queen Bee post one, Burnt Toast post one, the Heels in the Air post one, the Rabbit Hole Chick post some. Nonsense posts some. All of these channels out of nowhere overnight got threats from Unirock. And then not even 2 weeks later, when I covered the lawsuit with JLR, boom, I get the email threat, and then Nonsense is posting the shit in my name. Well, I started putting a tracker on those emails. I was able to get myself out of her framing me with 2 doxes that I didn't do. Her lying and saying I went after her husband, her punk ass husband, and her kids, and all that. All that was a lie. I was able to vindicate myself on all that, but how the fuck am I going to vindicate myself on Gmail accounts that are created in my name? So I put a tracker on them. I was going to track the person who did them. Well, out of nowhere, they stopped one day when I posted a short, and I had tracked them to Arizona, which is where Nonsense moved, and I tracked it to an iPhone. And I go live, and I said, it's pretty funny. These emails went straight to you. After that, boom, ghosted. Never heard nothing else about no emails. Well, then I started getting emails from this Natalie person. So a whole different separate world, because Natalie's from the Toddy Westbrook stuff. Out of nowhere, the Natalie person's messaging me. And then I, get on a phone call with her. She admits to me that, Katie hired her to create child porn of her son to frame the lawyers with the Toddy Westbrook case and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, nice. And then out of nowhere, what had happened with that? Where were we at that point in time, Aaron? What happened next? By this time, boom, just kidding. By June, out of nowhere, a bomb drops into the community and literally explodes everybody. Literally everybody. Out of nowhere, people were coming out of nowhere claiming that they were around when we never heard of these people. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all already know that whole story, so I'm going to shut up. So then next thing you know, eight of us are in legal trouble. Well, I know Katie is absolutely behind every bit of that. There's absolutely no coincidence that 8 creators that report on Without a Crystal Ball are in legal trouble. If anybody is stupid enough, and it's not a conspiracy, I have proof. It was a conspiracy, just a rumor that I believed with all of my heart. And then I was given the solid proof, and I was right. Motherfuck, I was right. And then here's the thing. Then November of 2023 comes. So I started in November of 2022. By a year later, I had defended, oh my God. After I was literally using my channel to defend people. And here was the problem. Molly had like 30 enemies when I defended her. Then you got Justin I defended. Then LB, who luckily those 2 didn't have enemies. Then we got Steve. You better believe he's got enemies. And I had his back 4 or 5 streams. I definitely would take up for Erin because she was the only one that would go back for me besides Megan or, Wolf on Twitter and stuff like that. At that time, Megan didn't have a channel. They couldn't, but the only creator wise was Erin. So, but I was doing all of this stuff, just jumping in fires for people. And just, I'm like, what am I doing? Every single person that I'm helping, I'm putting 40 targets on my fucking back. What am I doing? Well, all the creators at Mass Flag Molly eventually left me alone. It was literally 15 or 20 creators because I literally put all of their channel things and listed them out and went live and exposed them. Well, Erin was helping me pretty much expose all of this. She didn't really have much to do. Well, yeah, you did. You did report on the HRO, the mass flagging thing. Well, then, so June, July passes, then August happens, and then my channel starts getting mass flagged. I mean, flagged like no fucking other. I get 2 strikes, 4 videos go down. There was no strikes on the 4 videos. It was just no reason whatsoever. They got harassed to fucking death, and they eventually just said, "We don't see nothing wrong, but we're just gonna take them down because we're tired of our shit blowing up." Is what they did. And then after that, you know, me and Aaron's been tied up in all this legal shit. So then in November, like like come to Jesus moment hits me. All of those people that I had defended turned on me, left me, fucked me over in the worst, you know, part of my career on YouTube. And this, then out of nowhere, me and Nikki, which is for a whole nother day, we get into a fight because I catch her giving a link to a guy named Rev so that he can strike me because the link wasn't, I was about to go live on a live stream. I had the live private, no link was showing, no link was promoted because I knew what they were going to do. If I promoted it early, they would turn the link into Google and flag it. So out of nowhere, Megan asked me if she could have the link early. And I said, well, why? And she said, Nikki wants it. So I said, okay. So I sent it to Megan. Not even 10 minutes later, boom, Jesse LaRusso's on Twitter calling me a cunt and showing a black screen where my video had been struck and Rev had struck it. Well, I'm over here, Nikki's playing like she's my friend, and she was supposed to be defending me against Jesse and Rev. And she was actually just scooting over to me to get information to help them is what she was doing. And then I caught it. The only reason she got caught right then is because she was the only one that got the link. Like if it was a public video where anybody could have given the link, it would be one thing, but it was only her. So once I confront her on Messenger, she then immediately lies and sets me up and accuses me of identity theft and all this other shit. Well, long story short, she then comes out with emails as well. The whole point of that was to get to these emails. Out of nowhere, her and Kathy P are working together in Nonsense's chat. Nonsense starts posting these emails again. And Nikki and Kathy P are both somehow on the same day getting threats to their children from me. And Nikki's telling people to report me for harassment, flag my channel, that I need to go to jail, that I'm threatening her kids. I didn't even know she had kids. She's in fucking Canada anyway. I don't even know how to dial a number in Canada. What is the police number in Canada? But anyways, so, and she is bound and determined to make everyone believe that I'm emailing her these threats. Well, she knew, well, I'll save that for another day. I'll just do a long story short. She sets up a hit piece stream on me, has no proof whatsoever. What she did is she pulled a Union Rock where you put 5 or 6 people on panel. You know, you got people up there listening to what you're saying, not, you know, hold on, my husband wants to come through. 1 second. Go ahead. He didn't want to be seen on camera. Next thing you know, 7 or 8 people are up there, and thank God Aaron went up there to, you know, shut her down from trying to vindicate nonsense and all that. And they believed her. They believed that I had committed identity theft and blah, blah, blah. And it was all lies. All of it was. The dogs, the criminal history, every bit of that's a lie. So she was just trying to get me before I exposed her, which by that point, I was so upset by the fact that Steve or now all of those that I had defended believed her with absolutely 0% evidence whatsoever after all I had done for them, that I just let her do what she was going to do. And then I was dealing with all the court stuff in behind that. My channel's being mass black. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a break. It's the holidays. I'm done with it. I learned a hard lesson though. Don't defend people. So then, after all that happened, so these emails just seemed to ironically show up with perfect timing. Well, then Nikki, you know, is behind the scenes trying to convince Steve that I'm behind these emails. They're trying to convince Aaron that I'm behind these emails. They were doing all they could to turn Aaron on me. She was the only one left that they had to get. They had already got Megan. They had already, well, besides Wolf. Wolf and Aaron were the only 2 left. Besides 2 people that were very loyal members at that time. Those 4 people were the only 4 that did not fall for that shit and knew better. Well, luckily I know Erin knows me. She's real protective. We think alike. She knows me. And I was like, whenever she had went up on that stream, I was like, I hadn't got a hold of Erin yet, and Erin hadn't come to me for any evidence yet. And I said, Erin, no, I didn't do this, dude. And so, finally, I spoke to Aaron with a few hours, and I said, Aaron, sign into my shit. And Aaron's like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I said, sign into my Facebook. Let it send me a code. You are absolutely going to physically do this on your own so you can see that I was asked for these IDs. So she did so. I wanted her, if anybody, to at least know that, considering she had to take a lot of heat for backing me on that.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, can I just add a little bit here? So I didn't want to do that just because I don't want to ever be in at somebody else's account. But, in this situation, she really, really wanted me to just wanted me to see exactly what it was Facebook sent her. Now, this whole thing with this ID thing with Vada.
I didn't want you to have any doubt.
Well, no, I know. I got that. But I want to say that the whole, the whole catalyst behind the perception of whatever regarding the showing IDs to Facebook or whatever was, I think, a little bit part naivete on Vada's part, and the other part on just not understanding anyone else who read this email. So Facebook sent Vada an email saying that in order to be monetized, she had to send in a picture ID. So, and she did. Well, what Facebook had then sent back was like, that ID, we were unable to use that. So we need to see IDs from all of the admins. And so she thought that they were saying that, okay, we have your ID. Now we need the IDs of other people. When in actuality, it was just Facebook saying, you need to do better at sending us your ID.
Right.
That's exactly
the way they worded it. It literally said, send us a copy of each of your admin's IDs. That's literally what it said. But the whole point is, you were thinking it was like a fake email. What I was worried you were thinking was that some fake Facebook people, spammer, emailed me at my Gmail or something. No.
See,
this is literally an email that's in Facebook.
The way it was worded to me initially by the other people involved was that you were claiming that Facebook emailed you for their IDs. And I'm like, Facebook would never do that. Facebook would speak to them directly if that's what they wanted. So that's why I'm like, something's not adding up here. I want to see the emails, but no one would show me the emails. It was getting kind of frustrating. I'm like, I just want to see what these emails say, because I don't think that this is at all what's going on.
Who did you ask for the emails?
I asked the whole group chat. I don't know who had the emails or whatever, or who's seen it. Not everyone in the group chat seen them, I know.
But who was in the group chat?
Well, we can talk about that later. if you want to put it out there, whatever, that's your business, and you have every right to do so. But
go ahead. But the whole point is, Nikki's in that group chat, and she absolutely
you know who was in it. You know who was in it.
I wasn't in that group chat, so I don't know who was in it.
I don't know if you were ever in that group. I know at that time you were. No. But yeah, so, and it's just like, no one would show me these emails. And I think that only maybe one or two people in the group chat were claiming to have seen them. And I think the rest did not claim to see them. So when I looked at them, when you shared your account with me, and I could see, like, you just take screenshots of the emails and show them to me. I went into her account and I pulled them up under where Facebook, her inbox is there from Facebook. So, and that's when I read them, and I'm like, no, man, I'm like, that's not what this is saying. See, because she didn't realize that the entire context and the sentences before that were saying we're unable to use what you sent us. We need you need to resend.
I called it then, but at the time I was reading it so fast and they kept saying the same thing. I was like, okay, what the hell do y'all want? And even the lady, because I had Meta at the time, I was paying for Meta. You can talk to them on the phone. And even she said that. She said, we've been trying to contact you because we need to verify that you're admins and that you are legitimately who you are, that y'all are the owners behind your accounts. We do not allow pretty much talk accounts to be, to run ads on when you're monetized on Facebook, they don't allow fake accounts to run ads is what it was. And they wanted to prove that each person was a living human being. That's what she was telling me on the phone. Well, the whole point of that was then on the same stream, Rev is up there accusing me and Wolf of doxing him. Which, by the way, I'm skipping forward. He apologized for a month ago, a year later, saying he apologized that he knows I didn't dox him and that he made that up, whatever, and that he's sorry. I forgave him. That's over with. But the whole point is, I lost my friendship with Renelle over that because Renelle messaged me one day and says, hey, I can't be your friend anymore because I was told that you doxed Rev and that you posted private information about his private life. And I said, bullshit, send me the proof. She never would. And then I sent her the proof it wasn't true, but I never got another answer. So to this day, she still hasn't talked to me believing that. So all of these lies are going around about me, and everybody's believing this shit with absolutely no proof. And to me, if you're my friend, you would at least give me the benefit of the doubt. As much as I've exposed, as much as I've tried to show and do the right thing, there's not one time I've ever scammed anybody. There's not one time I've ever faked a screenshot, faked an email. I expose people that do those things. I don't turn around and do the very things I'm accusing others and exposing others of doing. That would be stupid. What had happened is I had defended so many people that their enemies then became mine. And then when you got 50 on top of one, it put pressure on my mods. They folded and fucking ran. Got, ups is what happened. They got scared. They were getting threatened too, because what those people do when they gang up on you like that is they try to isolate you. They want to scare and threaten all of those around you to where you're isolated. You give up, quit, and get off YouTube. That's the whole point of doing that. That's how they do it. So they were after Megan. They were after Wolf. They were after all of my mods. Well, on that very same day, I lose all 7 of my mods. All of them, except one. And then which she's still my mod to this day. And so I messaged a Tammy Sue, which was a member of mine that was a loyal member, had joined every single thing that I'd ever opened, followed me on every platform, was extremely loyal. And I said, hey, would you mod for me? And she's now my channel manager. Thank God for her. Which, by the way, guys, she's not modding tonight. If you would send her love, if you know what the situation that's going on with her. But fast forward. So the whole point of all of that was to say all this fake stuff's going around. Everybody's so gullible and believing it with no proof. It was shocking with Renelle because, as much as these people preach about facts and evidence, it was shocking. And just to believe, somebody, which Nikki's easy to believe. I'm not mad at Nikki. I forgive her, whatever. I'm still going to do a stream showing what really happened back then, but that's not tonight. So let's move forward. So then these emails are going around. The whole point I had to bring up Nikki about was because Nikki's brought up in the HRO and I'm being accused of framing her or creating emails in her name. So at this time, she's trying to convince everyone on the fucking planet that I threatened her kids in these emails, her and Kathy Peeler. She wanted revenge because she knew she was worried about the hit piece I was going to do on her with evidence. But luckily, she just got that personality where she can go live for 3 hours. Everybody believe her, and I'm screwed. I can spend 10 hours getting a stream ready with evidence, and everybody's still like, duh. To me, common sense. If one of my friends if Aaron was to be accused today of a threatening email, identity theft, or anything like that, I would absolutely defend her either way. I would demand the evidence. Absolutely 100% demand the evidence right then and there. No doubt about it. I would go to Erin right away, ask her if it's true, what she's got, to negate it. But I know Erin. I don't have to ask those things. I know those things. And that's what bothered me is these people should know this about me. But I think that I had so many enemies upon me due to me helping all those that they used to target that they were just scared. So by November, I shut my channel down. The whole point of that is to tell you that the Without a Crystal Ball Facebook group, I also shut down because this is what happened. Katherine says that she's never posted about me, mentioned me in a comment, messaged me in a post, none of that, right? Well, I'm only going to show 2 examples. This is the first email or first post she was letting me know that she knows who I was, is what this was. This is her letting me know because I never had spoken to her. All I did is expose her, never heard a word. She always sent her minions or her simps to do it. But this was her making a post to let me know she knows who I am. So the very first post Katie posted was on May 20th of 2023. And she posted a sling of spoofed emails. And it said, just got this email. She thinks I watch child pornography and claims that I'm lying. Oh, damn. I gotta show y'all this. Please tell me I screenshotted that. This is what did it. I remember exactly just from reading that one sentence. Let me please tell me that Instagram post is here. Let me type in the word Josh. So what had happened was I wasn't blocked on Katie's Instagram. I didn't even think she knew who I was, right? Well, I made a post on Instagram, which I'll just read it to you. And she was making fun of the fact or trying to call Josh Duggar out for being a predator and that he had viewed child porn and blah, blah, blah. At that time, I was given information that Katie was in Unirock's Discord doing that very thing on that website looking at CP. And the person was supposed to be sending me the proof of it. So I literally, all I said was, I don't know why you're making fun of him when you did the very same thing. You should be in jail with him. And I said, since you think you're a journalist, there's some kind of joke about her journaling and writing him in prison instead because she's a sucky journalist. And so right after that is when she hit me with this. So she wrote, she's going to destroy. Okay, this sentence right here always stayed with me. I knew before I even started my channel I'd match her one day. So May 20th, just got this email. She thinks I watch child pornography and claims that I'm lying. She's going to destroy me. She has my address and my parents' address, which I have removed from this screenshot. She is threatening me. I don't speak of any of these people. This woman sounds like my old stalker. Hope she doesn't have a new personality. I can't really see what that email says. Can you, on this left side, right, she says, threatening to put me in federal. This was a story that she had posted with this. And it said, think about your family, Katie. Does your son deserve a mom that's in federal prison? I can and will make you pay for defaming me. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
What's the date on that?
5/26/23.
Oh my God. Okay, right here. Okay, so that email is included in this. Okay, so which this one on the left, she did include it in the order. Now this one over here says family abuse. Are you able to zoom in on that one and read that one, Aaron? I can't see it.
Family. Oh yeah, I can read. Yeah. I know you're lying about your cult experience, so I have contacted your mom, dad, brother, and family about your accusations. How disgusting you are to lie about sexual trauma and are. Steve and Aaron told me all about it, and I'm going to expose you for the liar you are. No wonder y'all keep your son away from others. He will find out the malicious cow you truly are. The amount of child pee you consume to make content makes me wonder whether you enjoy it or get kicks out of it. You desperately want to be a Duggar victim. Do bad watching that that Daisy content. Maybe we should be reporting you. Stay away from Aaron and Steve, or I will expose you for the liar you really are. I have a computing degree and can do more damage.
Aaron, hold on 1 second. Stay right there. Okay. Yeah. Right at that Josh Duggar part. Hold on. She cut that part out. Let's go back to that. Okay. Go back 2 sentences again. Let me find that. What was the date on that one?
The family abuse one, it says May 20th.
Oh my God. I know that there's a part about that in there. May 20th. Where is it? Okay. What does the first line say?
I know you're lying about your cult experience.
I know you're lying about your cult experience. Keep reading and I'll catch it.
Okay, do you want me to start from the beginning again or I'll go down where I left off.
Just go up 2 sentences from where you were left off, and because I needed to hear one part again.
Okay. The amount of child pee you consume to make content makes me wonder whether you enjoy it or get kicks out of it. You desperately want to be a Duggar victim. Do bad watching that Daisy content. Maybe we should be reporting you. Stay away from Aaron and Steve, or I will expose you for the liar you really are.
Okay. Right there, real quick. Just keep your eyes on that. Expose Aaron and Steve for what you really are, right? Mm-hmm. So she cut out that part about Josh Duggar because she knows that she's guilty of doing said thing. That's what I'm getting at. There is a part in this HRO about something about leaving Steve and Aaron. Okay, let's see. Did you just say you told us you downloaded CP of Daisy just like Josh Duggar?
Is that what it says? You enjoy it. You desperately want to be a Duggar victim. Do bad watching that Daisy content. I don't know what that means.
So she cut that part out. Oh, nice, Katie. You're busted. I'll figure that out when I get off the stream. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I have a computing degree and can do more damage than you could ever dream of. And I know where you live. Stop lying about cults. Stop stealing Suzanne's story. Stop paying uni and nonsense to frame EKC and Steve. Just stop.
I don't call you EKC.
I know.
Whoever, the people that wrote this in my name, here's one thing that they got wrong. Where they're threatening Katie over and over and over with this threat to expose her. I don't threaten, I just do it. So that's where you got me wrong, first of all. I would never call Aaron EKC, and I would never say computing degree because that makes me sound stupid.
Yeah, no one would ever say computing degree.
Come on. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying no one would ever say that.
No.
No, I think that's it. Or do you want me to read the other two on the left?
The only email I've ever written a creator was to Queen Bee, because I didn't know of another way to reach her because she didn't have Facebook. And at this time, she was getting email sent from Unirock. So I emailed her and then posted the bitch on my community timeline so she know it was from me, because we were both getting emailed from a nonsense on the web2@gmail.com with threats in it. So I wanted her to know that was me emailing her. But yeah, go ahead.
All right. So am I reading the ones on the left?
Oh, I already read that. Okay.
Right.
So then, fast forward, she then recognizes my group. And it's because when I make posts on Facebook, I make sure to add all the hashtags, because the algorithm, they use those hashtags to place it in a certain category. And I want to make sure when you type in Katherine Paulson or Katie Joy, I put all the hashtags, Katie Joy, Katherine Paulson, WACB, all of them that there can be. That way, when you type in her name, all my content's there. Which I went in there, looked, and that's exactly the case. You see all my shit right there. And that's how I wanted it. Well, that got her attention. And that's when she started spoofing these emails my name. Well, then let's see. It was November. What ultimately caused me to file an HRO was, number one, she started coming after my group and accusing my girls of stuff. And I'm protective. So I was a mod with 7 other mods. Well, she figured out who my mods were because she joined with a sock account and started going after them. And here's where she started making story after story after story after story. So here's one right here. Is this the one you just read, Aaron, where it says stop?
No.
Okay.
No, this is a new one. You want me to read it?
What's the date? Can you see the date?
It is 5/26/23.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. It says stop. If you uni and nonsense don't stop trying to frame me, Katie, you are going to regret. I promise you, I am not the one to mess with. I know you were behind Nat. I have proof you were. Look on my YouTube or Facebook. So you remove your posts about me and stop sending your subs to harass me, or you are going to find out what happens when people cross me. I am not hiding behind a screen either. I will show up at your home. Leave me alone, Katie. Now, stop framing me with silly emails. Stop sending me threads. Just stop, go, and touch some grass. Y'all are gross. Up inside Duggars, I saw you show your audience how to essay a child. You either made her, you're framing, and then
okay, then over here, I can't, the most important part is this little black box of her writing. What does that say?
All right, so the one I did on the left says, this is one of the admins. She sent me a ton of emails, threatened me, and accusing me of harassing her when I wasn't harassing her. She has threatened to also call CPS and send them to my son.
Nobody did that. All right, so right here, she was pissed because she found out that there was a page about her and a group about her, and that it was busted. It was good. It was booming. And so she was mad about that. And so what happened was someone made a post, and somehow Katie's kid got brought up. And all they were saying was how she was a piece of shit mom. So that turned into everybody's conspiring to call CPS on her. So she then makes all these manic, like 42 posts. I mean, goes fucking nuts out of nowhere. This is not my page. This is a page that is run by multiple YouTube creators. Their goal is to trick you into joining it and then spam you with links to their pages and convince you that I'm an abusive monster. Another group, and it's the same people. They are attempting to bombard these. Look right here. The search for my page and misdirect people to them. They want you to follow them and not me. They want you to hate me and love them. It's trolling. That's what made her come after me. Was that right there? I'm fucking with her money at that point. So then she goes after my mod. Oh, I got to show you this. I don't think you saw this. I caught this part on one of her stories. Where is it? So this one's about you that I caught in the comment section.
Oh, yeah, I got those. Yeah.
Okay. Now this one, she brings Aaron up. Okay. And then we get to, okay. I found where she had I went through every single video, and she never had accused Steve of any of this. All she accused him of doing is running a cult leader full of women. But out of nowhere, I saw this. And so Katie, was throwing out the victim story about how me and Robert's being investigated. At this point, I know nothing about it. But thankfully, Megan sent me these. And it says, what apparently Balls had done. And credit to Balls, you got me blocked on Twitter for no damn reason. I asked Aaron to ask you why you blocked me. I was going to give you the FBI stuff to post.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to message her yet. I forgot. I haven't gotten back to anyone yet in like 2 days.
Well, I couldn't link her Twitter because I'm blocked, so I can't even get the link to it. But it says over here, also his hater channels. Wait, this is Instagram. Yeah, I'm blocked from there too. Also, his hater channels will all make videos accusing me of lying, tag my channel, hashtag, and use my name for views, and they will all play the victim. This is called a narcissistic injury, and he is, in my opinion, a malignant narcissistic sociopath, which is what he has projected onto me for 5 years. Also, his hater channels will all make videos accusing me of lying, tag my channel, hashtag, and use my name for views. See, the hashtags are what got her. That's what she's mad about. Well, I'll play the victim. This is called narcissistic injury, blah, blah, blah. All right, so then we get over here. And Balls and everybody in the comments saying that Katie's under investigation by the FBI and the police, and that something, I think this is the one where people were saying that I was going to shut her down or something like that. So she wrote on here, everything in this post is false. I am not under an investigation by the FBI. 7M doesn't have a restraining order against me. Yes, they do. They have a court version one. And this person is certifiable to literally post something like this. Hey, boo, it's not me that's under investigation. Okay, and then we get to, I don't want to show these because we're all under there's some from 2021 that I'm saving for something in a little while. Okay, so here's another one where she says my name. Okay, I never said Katie was behind the threats. I know who sent the threats. It's Vada. Vada is associated with all of them. And then someone says, just like you knew Steve was behind threatening Nat and sending all those emails a few years ago. And I can't see it. Damn it. Can you read the green one? Oh, the green one's about her taking down the Reddit. So that's what that one's about. So it's nothing. So at this point, I get her attention. She is pissed about the hashtags. She's mad that my content is pretty much being promoted by Facebook and that it's popular. She's pissed because I'm fucking with her page by doing that. So all in all, here is a list of the allegations from pretty much March of 2023 to now between Katherine, Nikki, and Katherine's employees. Here we go. Allegation section. And all of the allegations in the HRO that I could fit in here, I did. So here we go. Number one, falsely accused of filing 20 plus false reports. So the reason why I want to go over this is, remember, the plaintiff has the burden of proof. She is going to have to prove every allegation she made in that police report, which, remember, the only evidence she has attached to that HRO are emails that are spoofed. And B, the only two things that she thought she could get against me were the emails, which I think was just fluff to get the thing granted by adding her son's name and adding those spoofed emails. That would be scary enough for a judge to go ahead and grant it for her. And then she had, now the police investigate me. She's had people spamming her police station. In my opinion, she had gotten people to spam. She knows that she's flagged in the police system, the CPS system, as being a creator that's being harassed. So if she gets people to call and harass, they're going to think she's the victim automatically. They're not going to look into her, is what she thought would happen. So she's like, oh, they'll see the note in my account. No, I'm a popular creator, and they won't ever investigate me. That's what she was wishing on strings would happen. So in the HRO, she's got an investigation going on me with her local police department, the FBI in Brooklyn or somewhere. She's got all of her lawyers convinced that I'm emailing them threats. She's telling the whole internet that it's me after her and threatening to murder her son. And so she thinks she's in a winning loop at this point. All right. So think of only June 28th when she filed the HRO against me. Imagine getting this brought to you from the police to your door. And by the way, when she was going after my group and all that I just showed you, she then made a threat to me on her page that said, My lawyers will be contacting you and the police will be at your door tomorrow. So the very next day, bam, I slapped her with a TRO, which got dismissed 7 days later due to jurisdiction. But I had a whole purpose for filing that, which it did exactly what the purpose was. So, oh well. But here's the allegations that are that were weighed against me. And my only worry was, my worry in 2023 would have been, oh my God, everybody's going to believe this bullshit with no evidence, just like they did in November. That's what I was worried about. No, my only worry about this time was the police and them are going to believe it. I don't care if I just like, I've already written off the creators that fall for this crap with no evidence. I mean, if you're that dumb, you're that dumb. But here we go. Falsely accused of filing 20 plus false reports on Katherine with the police department, FBI, CPS, and other agencies. So, guys, remember, she said that I had called a false tip into the FBI claiming that somebody was holding her son. She's told 3 different stories about this. She said first a man was holding her and her son hostage. Then it was she was holding her son hostage. And then someone, I don't know, I can't figure it out. Then she claims that I took and filed 2 online CPS reports on her using her lawyer Graham's email and her lawyer Jennifer's email. And that I then used Robert Shin's lawyer Amber's email to send threats as well. All right. So, and that I filed a bunch of police reports. And then over here, she says that I contacted her, that I contacted her neighbors, her husband, and her family. That never happened. She says that I spoofed emails with death threats in her name, other creators' names, her lawyers' names, and of course my own name. I knew when the cops came to my door, I knew exactly what was happening. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. She says I filed 2 CPS reports in her lawyer Jennifer Graham's name. I know that's not how you spell Graham, but I didn't feel like looking it up. She accused me of threatening to kill her and her son. She said that I've contacted her via text, email, messenger, text, etc. with threats. She spoofed emails in my name, had threats sent to her. She's created messenger messages in my name that she claims are for me. And Katie, I hate to say it, but the freaking highlighter right behind it is so obvious. You did the same thing with Tony Campbell's messages. Stupid. She doesn't even try to make it look real. Accused of various crimes I didn't commit, had a false HRO placed on me, accused of threatening other creators through email. So at this point, she knows this is a jackpot moment because Nikki's going around already spreading the rumor that I'm sending her threats. So why not jump on that train and claim, oh, Nikki, I'm a victim too. She's sending me threats. Blah, blah, blah. So she literally backs and vindicates Nikki in the HRO saying that I framed Nikki. None of those emails were from Nikki, but yet people are on Twitter trying to say that Nikki was a victim and was framed by Katie. When, where, how? Please show the evidence. Falsely accused of framed with spoofed emails by other creators. Falsely accused of harassing, stalking, and threatening Katherine and others. Falsely accused of working for Robert Shin. Falsely accused of taking photos of Katherine's home. Falsely accused of threatening to rape her son. Spent $7,000 or more fighting these allegations between courts and lawyers. Have been targeted by people who work for Katherine online. Have had the cops at my house. I lost dozens of friends due to their fear of Katherine and the lies that were told to them with 0 proof. Falsely accused of robbing a gas station for beer. Almost been homeless. Framed with 3 doxes, now 4, including Rev, so that's 4. Lost revenue and all income due to the lack of streams and video output. Lost followers, which I wasn't making any anyway, really, but lost followers and support, been targeted and harassed by tons of creators, falsely accused of identity theft and other forms of theft. That one was by Nikki. Had my channel mass flagged and reported for the past 2 years. That's absolutely true. Had other creators make fun of my looks and content. Katie made fun of my forehead, but I know she ain't talking. Struggled mentally, physically, and socially. Been doxxed and for real doxxed. Been fake doxxed and for real doxxed is what that was supposed to say. Had my friends, supporters, and mods attacked. And Katie claims in the HRO, when I went back to go review to see if I got everything, apparently on the last page, I swatted her. I didn't even know that happened. And then had tons and tons of threats sent to myself and my family and more I can't mention online. Been forced to borrow money from all my friends and family to survive. Have had friends turn on me and out my business for no reason. Had to move my family away to keep them away from harm. Spent tons on therapy. Had severe events happen in my personal life. But why is all this happening? And to me, it was due to what I believe. I never will regret helping Letitia. That is one thing I will never regret. I do regret defending, even though I kind of don't, because it was the right thing to do. Whether, I can't obligate them to always have my back due to me having their back. I don't do things for people to owe me something. The only thing I believed I deserved was a call to ask if this allegation is true. What proof do I have to show that it's not true? At least that. I didn't even get that. So then we already went over the dismissals. So now let's go over some, and I'm going to let Aaron do the commentary first on these clips that I've got set up. So, like I said, these were Instagram lives that Katie apparently, are these deleted now?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure all of her, she doesn't really keep up her Instagram live clips. The YouTube videos, I think, are still up, or most of them are anyways.
Well, and remember, guys, at this time, so tonight's about evidence and the dismissal. The HROs were dismissed due to various reasons. But the biggest trigger point was, number one, a call with Amber. That's what triggered immediately these emails started coming in about dismissal agreements and all this stuff. But then on the fourth round
I'm sorry, I think you should clarify by call to Amber, she means 7
I called Amber.
Yeah.
Right. I called Amber when all this was going on with the Robert shit in them. I decided to call Robert's lawyer because I didn't want her to believe I was sending these threatening emails or anything, because I already knew Katie was trying to convince her lawyers of that. And I wanted her to know that the court filing that she had Jennifer and Graham upload onto the 7M lawsuit was false, and that she was privately having him investigated by the cops and the FBI, and is telling the police that it's him, and having all these police, a paper trail pretty much set up in the same, that she was setting him and Miranda up in revenge for that video. So I still haven't sent Amber what I was supposed to send her, but I'm going to. I did send her the FOIA reports to prove what Katie was doing. I sent all enough. Well, a couple days later, boom, her lawyer's panicking. Something happened. Well, then I got lucky as shit. I got so lucky. Her lawyer asked me to prove a certain something. I told him that I didn't have the means to do it because I had to be a certain somebody. He was that certain somebody, so he did it for me and got the evidence we both needed. So him trying to do that ended up helping me. Thank God. So that was a hot moment. But there was 2 big, huge bomb drops. She was having me and Robert investigated by her police department. And in the HRO, she claims that I'm being investigated in the case, blah, blah, blah. Well, I called the police to ask them about this investigation. I'm like, am I being investigated? And then he lets me know what's going on, why, what's going, I'm not necessarily being investigated, but he's trying to figure out who's spamming the police department and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And I told him, I said, can I send you some evidence to let you know it's absolutely her behind this? And he said I could email him whatever I want. So me and him kind of got close in the last few months. Well, he kind of really side-eyed Katie, especially when she was trying to tell on Steve for making some kind of video. And then she goes and does that very thing. There was a lot of red flags. Well, at the point that I'm calling him, he had already studied my channel up and down and Katie's. So he knows I said, you watched my channel. He said, oh yeah, I've watched every bit of that. And I said, where she tried to literally have a young guy put in jail for raping her because she's mad because he treated her like a one-night stand, right? He said, oh yeah, I've watched that. And I said, well then, so I garnered a good relationship with him. And then he ended his investigation. And I told him, I said, would you be willing to write me a statement for court? Well, then I find out, I knew that you couldn't write like witness letters unless they're there. But I didn't know not even the police can write you something without them being there. So it turned into, for me asking him to, write me a, letter with a letterhead proving he's the cops and blah, 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 to me just asking him if he would come and testify and vindicate me for the calls, the emails, and all that. And he said he would. Well, that amongst 2 other things that I sent Katie's lawyer ended up with a call from Subway, and then where Katie ended up having to give up and had no option but to drop everything, because I told him, I said, you let her know what I've got. And I will absolutely, I'm dying to go to court because this is the only way anybody's going to be able to shut her down. And then I had 2 witnesses. There's a lot, but I can't say everything in case any of this arises again. I'm going to shut up. But let's go over. She literally could be sued for all the fault. I wish Andrea McCrae would have sued her. The wrong people are suing her. Andrea McCrae would have nailed her. I'm hoping that by Katie's goal in all of this was, she had a couple goals. Goal 1, pretty much run my life. Goal 2, isolate anybody and everybody from me. But the ultimate goal she had was to get revenge and to get my content down about her. She wanted that judge to force me to, in her initial HRO, when you file the petition, there's a box where you pretty much you state all the allegations against the respondent or the person that you're saying is doing all this stuff. And then there's a little box that says, basically, what do you want the judge to do about it? And in that, the whole HRO, it's about these threats and threatening to kill her and all that. But in that box where she's like, where the judge is like, well, what do you want me to do about it? She says, I want you to, I'll read it verbatim because that right there was the moment I knew what she wanted. That told me everything that was going on and why. She says, do not contact me through email, text message, phone, or social media. Never have. Refrain from her, instead of putting, stop threatening to kill me and my son, stay away from my house and blah, blah, blah. She literally has this to think of right off her head. Refrain from harassing behavior online about me. Refrain from publicly uploading videos about me. Refrain from using her social media to post public videos or inflammatory statements about me. Refrain from filing false reports with any government agency. So all of that comes last. Online comes first. She wants all my shit taken down. And this is all she puts about the threats and all that. She wasn't worried about them fucking threats. Refrain from contacting a government agency, law enforcement agency, and contacting my neighbors. Refrain from contacting my extended family or any of my friends. What fucking friends? And then she jumps right back to social media. Refrain from contacting my husband. Remove her, and please get her to remove her harassing content about me from social media. Shut down any social media groups that she admins for. What does that say? Social media groups that she admins that are used to, and then it cuts off. So her whole goal was to take my stuff down. And I knew that. And why? And what kills me is she filed all of this.
I already gave my deposition. I spoke under oath. Okay?
Under oath. So she's willing to lie to the court. And when she does those laughs, like when she was in that clip I played at the beginning of the intro and she's laughing, she's like, oh, that's not my employee. She did the same thing when she accused me of robbing a gas station. When she laughs something off and says, oh, that's not true, she's lying. It is true. It absolutely. Anytime you catch her do that, she's lying. Promise you. All right. So then, come to my surprise, Aaron sends me this playlist the other day. And let me make sure there was nothing else. I'm not skipping over anything. Aaron, are you still alive in there?
Yes, I am. I'm sitting here. I'm listening.
All right, I'm going to let you do the commentary first on each clip. We have several clips. So the first two clips I'm going to show you is from her Instagram live from February 13th of this year. That was deleted from IG.
Okay.
I wonder why she deleted them.
Right.
That's weird, ain't it? Why delete them, Katie, if they're true? But here we go.
And a very unfortunate part of my job is that there's this psychotic group of people that live and coexist in this conspiracy world of delusions and psychosis. And they believe that every crime that's ever happened in the world has been committed by me. And they also believe and have been brainwashed to believe that I am an existential threat on humanity. Those were the actual words. I have the screenshot still today to prove that this group has been brainwashed to believe that I am an existential threat to humanity. A malignant narcissist that is truly, truly, truly trying to ruin the world. And there's a group of creators that are all being spurned on by one person. And, here's the thing. People will often say to me, Katie, you always find yourself in drama. And you know what? No, I don't. This is actually not my drama.
Okay. What do you think about that?
Well, when she's saying the existential threat, I know she's referring to Steve there because that was one of the claims she made in her TRO against him.
It's true. And she's a predator.
Right. But there wasn't actually what he tweeted or what he posted. I think it was a Facebook post, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what it said, but it wasn't quite that. But she's since like 2020, that's been what she's claiming it to have said. But yeah,
she hated that I called her a predator, and she hated that other people accused her of having Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That reminds me. I think she's now trying to blame Steve for the Munchausen by proxy comment when for years she was blaming LB for that.
For what again? You cut out. What did you say?
For years, she blamed LB for the Munchausen by proxy
Yep.
comment.
I got her tweets from it.
Yeah.
And this is so crazy to you guys. So before Katherine deleted her old Twitter, something told me to type in keywords where you can type in certain words and it'll give you every tweet that has those words in it. So I typed in the word on Katherine's Twitter, threats, CPS, and the other one was harassment or harass, and there was one more. It was like 3 or 4 keywords. And what I did is I screen recorded every single tweet up and down the line that had those words in it. And that is so weird that I literally had some kind of premonition instinct to do that. And it's just crazy. I won't even go that far, but I mean, it's crazy. I'll show you guys. So right now she is literally projecting onto her audience. What kills me is she truly has people around her that enable her behavior. She is literally a covert narcissist. Here's a fact from psychology, okay? Every single psychopath is a narcissist, but not every single narcissist is a psychopath. I can't figure out which one she is, or Gypsy, but I can't figure out which one she is. I know she's a narcissist without a doubt. She, in her mind, does not believe. She enjoys the hell out of doing the cruel, evil shit that she does to people. I have never gone after somebody in vengeance. If that were the case, I would go after Nikki. I haven't done so. I would go after, well, nobody's really gone after me except Katie. I would go after Katherine. I could absolutely sue her ass, and she knows it. She knows I could say about 3 lines of things right now, and she'd shit her pants. But I'm not going to. I'm going to keep the problem. You're lucky I like your lawyer, or I would do it, Katie, because I know you're watching. But she knows what I know about her. So before I didn't have any kind of blackmail. We'll say that. She don't allow people to have blackmail on her, but she makes sure to get all the blackmail on others. But that all changed during this. So her doing that and going real life caused me to come to life with some good stuff. So anyways, let's keep going. We'll go on to the next one. It's 1 minute, 16 seconds.
And this morning, I'm getting dragged into more shit because whoever this person is now threatening to kill my son. So I got 4 emails overnight. One was, I'm going to probably take out a restraining order against you. Followed up by, oh, I'm not the one to mess with a link to a video that was removed by the creator, apparently. Then followed by another email that said, what did it say? I know you reported my video. Thanks for taking down my video. And then the following email was Vaughn's tragic death, which is my son. And then saying, you better be careful, or you better be sorry. Let me read it for you. This was literally my point of no return. The point where I called my lawyers. Vaughn's tragic death. You reported her GoFundMe. Renelle and Rabbit and her videos. I know it's you. She has the evidence. You and my crazy stalker are working together. You don't even know what's coming for you. Get ready. Nobody can save you now. With the title of Vaughn's tragic death, which is my son's name. So I'm just... The police won't do shit. I'm not going to report it to the police. I live in a bumfuck small town. Like, the police here don't do crap about cyber anything. They don't care. They will not spend and invest any time in it.
So if you are a follower and you're investigating these emails, and you're a person that's been around since all of these email things were ever invented by Katherine Paulson, you're going to notice a few key things. This is the first time I've really investigated those emails, apart from right when I met Erin and she sent me a fucking drop load of them. And because I read them back then, I knew what to look for now, amongst other things. But there's always a pattern. There's always a perfect time frame. There's always something going on at that moment. And there's always the perfect narrative wrapped around that moment in the emails to make her successful in that moment. Okay? If she wants revenge on somebody for calling her a piece of shit mother, you better believe she's going to get a threatening email where you've threatened to cause CPS on her. If you post photos of her house, you better believe she's either going to frame you with something or someone else with what you did. That is how she works. The only problem is she has played the same tactics for years. And when we were to go to court and I were to show her patterns don't lie. Okay? Like, she falsely accused the guy of rape, whatever, in 2017. She did the same thing again with Steve. Patterns don't lie. Amber Heard all day. Every single time it's someone's calling CPS on her. Someone is defaming her. or lying on her, or they've been brainwashed to believe that bad things about her.
Yeah, just look at what happened with Preacher Boy.
There's always a pattern, and the court's going to side eye that. So Vada didn't start her channel until November 11th of 2021, which I can prove. And you were back then in 2020 accusing this person times 50 of CPS calls. You're accusing this person of and 50 of FBI. You were accusing of this person and that person of threatening, harassing, stalking you. And you filed an HRO on a girl back then. And it's an identical match to the one you filed on this girl now. And it just so happens that every single thing that ends up being emailed to you comes to life. And they always go there, and you always know in advance that these things were. How would you know to tell the officer something he didn't even know was going to happen? That's where you would have got caught up, is your timing, Katie. And let's see. I want to show you one from back then, way before I had a channel, way before. So we're going to look at this one. I think I got these from her Twitter. Let me check. Is it this one? So this was a post that she had made. On the right, I got these from Twitter, but over here is, look what she put. Email from the FBI about the stalking I faced due to the Westbrook lawsuit. Well, now she's facing stalking and threats and harassment due to the 7M lawsuit, isn't she? And what do you know? There's an email there. And it's from External Email Investigation from a Thomas. And it says, ma'am, was going to reach out to the both of you next week. We'll be closing our investigation into redacted. And of course, an investigator's definitely going to space out like that with all these redactions. Blank, we served 7 search warrants and interviewed both subjects. 7 search warrants? Come on. You can't serve a search warrant, number 1, without probable cause. And number 2, we know how those spoofed emails were made back then, and they're not traceable. So the 7 search warrants is a lie. All right, let's see. I can say that with confidence that Kenneth is solely responsible for the harassment. Blank have not communicated. If Kenneth was solely responsible for the harassment, why did the Katie girl only get an H or a TRO filed on her? Just wondering. And why is Kenneth painted as the victim in that HRO? Blank have not communicated with her since June of 2021. They've essentially become victims as well. I can do my best to get someone over to Kenneth's residence in the UK and basically a final warning to knock it off. Though I'm not sure it will make matters worse. Has the harassment continued? Thank you. That doesn't sound like anything an investigator would write. Then over here, are you able to zoom into that post? It's important.
Yeah, just 1 second. Sorry.
Sleep, Chicky.
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just sound like you're zoned out tonight.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not zoned out. I was just sitting here listening to you talk. That's all. All right. So yeah,
the one that kind of looks cut off to the right of the purple.
Yeah, the one in the middle. So it says, during a 2020 lawsuit filed against me by Toddy Westbrook, a woman named Natalie Kenneth inserted herself into the lawsuit. Toddy's attorneys became convinced by Natalie that I was sending death threats, creating troll accounts, threatening threatening others, that Toddy's former business partner hired me to smear her, and that I was hacking into their accounts. Not only did I get hundreds of threats, so did Toddy's attorney, Emily Baker, Toddy, my attorney, and other YouTubers.
Okay, real quick, pause. Can we pause as you read each paragraph? Because I specifically picked this screenshot. Because what did she just say? Who was getting threats? Toddy's attorneys, her attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in 7M's case, who's getting threats? And all that. Amber, Robert's attorney, her attorneys, her.
Right.
This is identical shit, ain't it? Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm. Then they all blame me. After I settled with Toddy, her attorneys and my team began working to uncover who was behind the threats. Both Michael Saltz and I received disturbing threats against our children. Natalie was able to convince most commentators on YouTube that I was behind all of this. Emily Baker, Creepshow Art, Truth Sleuth, Nick Snyder, Dustin Daly, Keemstar, among others, all believed these claims. Dozens of videos were made about me. Everything came to a climax this fall when Natalie Kenneth swatted my home multiple times. Swatting is when a false report is made to police in the hopes that, oh, shoot, damn it, cat. Sorry, my cat jumped up here. Get down, come on. in the hopes that a SWAT team or police will show up with guns drawn to potentially kill the victim they are swatting.
So she's accusing of SWAT attempts again here too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. These allegations, the reason I wrote out the allegations she made against me is because these are absolutely identical to whoever she wanted revenge on back then. Go ahead.
Which one? I'm done with that one.
She went so far to frame the Salts guy that she literally tried to get his license pulled from the bar. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Which one am I reading now?
Oh, I can see the one on the right. So over here on June 21st or June 26th of 2021, I have never seen this woman before today. I have no relationship with Nat. We've never spoken on the phone. We've never spoken video chat, and I never met her in the Facebook group. Natalie showed up during the lawsuit and inserted herself into the lawsuit for attention. That's just crazy that a random person that you don't even know, never met, nothing, don't know personally, would just voluntarily call some random lawyer in some random lawsuit and volunteer to help you out pretty much by making a false declaration into it. That's strange, Katie. Since she entered my life, she slandered me by claiming we were friends, accused my husband of abuse, and claimed to want to help my son. She doesn't know me. I've never had any fears of my husband with my son. I don't know these people. She's giving y'all AKA for attention. The fact that her mother is willing to lie like this is mind-blowing to me. Stop giving these women your time and energy. They are liars. They are harassers, and they are stalking me. I don't know these people at all. Just like you didn't know Vada Jane, right? All right, so then we get down here. I can't really see the thing on the purple, but it's really important. I think this is the part where she blames Steve.
All right,
yeah, this is about Steve. This is about Steve.
Okay. This one person has harassed and terrorized me for almost 5 years because I told him I would not apologize to him for what he said to me. He has destroyed my reputation, interfered in my relationships with other creators, brainwashed and weaponized creators against me, and turned my own followers into weapons to be used against me. When one of these former fans of mine disagrees with him for what he is doing, he then does to them what he has done to me. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And anytime I try to take legal action, he or his brainwashed women retaliate against me with false lawsuits or restraining orders. I've been the one silenced, not them. I've been the one that has been victimized by them. Yet they have so many people believing that I am the dangerous one. Make it make sense.
Okay, and then on the right is, I think, a tweet or something that Steve made. I'm not sure. No, that's Katie. Never mind. Wait, is that Katie? I can't see it that well. Okay, yeah, that's Katie's account. So over here, she's accusing Steve of having committing medical fraud. What medical do you have? Medical disability, medical benefits. Steve never filed for disability or was receiving any benefits. She literally was trying to accuse him of Social Security fraud, which is crazy because I got a tip that in 2017, Katherine, that you gave ownership over to your dad of the house. And you put the house in your dad's name so that you could get health insurance on your son, Vaughn. And they sent me a background report showing that your dad did own the house at that time. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, projecting much? Medical what? Medical disability? The only reason you would want a copy amount a month is to make it till you qualify for that income. So what she was doing here is whenever you file for disability, you can't work or make any income because that's called Social Security fraud. So she's trying to claim that Steve is on YouTube making tons of money, meanwhile filing for disability, claiming that he can't work, which could literally get him put in prison for Social Security fraud. So by her going to her audience and telling all them this, they then are probably going to call the Social Security Board and turn him in for fraud that he didn't commit. So that was her goal here.
Well, she was also saying, well, no, that had to do with Kyle Curtis too. She was also saying that the reason why she was accusing Steve of wanting to be paid in cash. That's why he hadn't received any of the payment from the channel, from their Non Sequitur Show channel, because he refused it because he wanted to be paid in cash so he could be, effectively paid under the table so he could keep getting these alleged benefits.
He probably didn't want to be written a bad check.
No, he didn't. He didn't really. There was no request to be paid in cash.
Oh, there wasn't. Okay.
No.
Okay, let me see if I have any more. Oh, here's one. Here's one where she listed. But you're going to notice over here on this list of people that she lists, she puts me as Vada Snow. But over here she says overnight. When was this one? I didn't get the date on this one, but Overnight, I got an email from a digital content producer for Chris Hansen, who used to host the Catch a Predator. Oh, God, you'd be a hit on there. On NBC, Steve tried to get Chris to do a show about how I've abused him. The content producer let me know that they found him to be a pathological liar, and they didn't believe a word he said about me. He was interviewed by them.
Okay, go on. No, I can add to this, but go on.
He was interviewed by them because one of his associates, Jesse, was sending unsolicited nudes to people, including a minor in the YouTube community, and Steve mostly defended her. Channels of this affiliation of his affiliates: Joan Cothran, Cactus Bill, EKC People Suck, Vada Snow, Down the Rabbit Hole at Bedtime, Nell Smith, Nikki, Charlotte on the Web, T-Spearsy. Well, let's go through this list real quick. Joan Cochran. I'm surprised she listed her first. Cactus Bill. She doesn't really go for them. EKC People Suck. We're in hell. I'm in hell. Down the Rabbit Hole is in hell. Renelle Smith's in hell. Nikki Farron. She luckily got slid under the radar, even though she's kind of just like her. Charlotte on the Web. Well, that's funny. Her channel got terminated. So she really isn't a threat to Katie anymore. T-Spearsy. Well, she works for probably Katie now. I haven't seen her in forever. Sassy left and ran. I don't know who. She probably doesn't know who WACB versus WSCB is. But yeah, she doesn't know any of these people, but she can sure list them out. He also started multiple Reddit pages, Discords, and they have run dozens of hate pages and groups on Facebook. They all work together to make it look like more people hate me than they really do. Bitch, your own family doesn't like you.
Okay, I can answer that though. So after she posted that about the producer for Chris Hansen there, I knew exactly who she was talking about because I had spoken to him like some time ago. So I went to Twitter and I opened up her DMs and I wrote him. So, and this was on February 13th, 2024. I said, "Hi there. It's been a while since we last spoke. I hope all is well. I was wondering if I could ask you to verify something for me. In a recent Instagram post by Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball, she states, quote, overnight I got an email from a digital producer for Chris Hansen who used to host To Catch a Predator on NBC. Steve tried to get him, yada, you just read the comment. And then I said, can you tell me, did you contact Katie in an email or other means around the time Jesse appeared on Take a Seat or at any other time to inform her that you believe Steve to be a pathological liar? If so, then why not continue on with efforts to possibly have Steve on Chris's show? Thank you very much for your time and consideration, Aaron. To which he wrote me back about a month and a half later. And he said, hi, Aaron, no, that is not how that happened. Katie Joy found my interview with Steve on my YouTube channel and attacked me in the comments before watching it because she assumed the whole video was about her and that I was somehow bashing her. She followed up with that email accusing me of the same. I've never contacted Katie before or after, as she had nothing to do with the Jesse video. Steve has claimed in the months and years after his interview that he lied to me about Jesse in the hopes Chris and I would take his story of abuse from Katie and make a video about her. I don't know if any of that's true, but so yeah, he in fact never wrote an email to Katie.
Oh, I know. I saw her alleged evidence on Twitter or phone, wherever she claims that he sexually harassed her, and that's so funny. There's nothing there. Killing me here. It's just crazy.
For anyone wondering, he gave me permission in the DM here he didn't want me to just show screenshots of our conversation, but he said I could absolutely discuss what was said in there. So,
well, it's just so crazy. We should start like a channel about women who falsely accuse guys of sexual crimes.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, those women should be fucking put in jail. Literally. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. She could run somebody's fucking, which is her intent. She literally has accused me of the worst fucking crimes. It was embarrassing to talk to an investigator and him know the shit I'm being accused of. But luckily, he took one look at me on my channel and knew better. I mean, she's literally accusing me of creating CP of her son. And who did she accuse of that? Years and years ago. So now they're just magically now getting pictures sent back to you of it again. Katie, get fucking real. Get a new routine and try harder. Let's see. So far, the whole point of this, remember I said, the plaintiff has the burden of proof. So she's made all of those 90 allegations against me, and she's got to prove all of those. Well, I don't know if she really ever intended on it. I think she purposely filed that stuff to cause the shock factor to get it temporarily granted till we go to trial, and then try to get me to drop it, which is exactly what she did, try to get me to drop it for the trial. She never intends on going to the trial to where she'll be busted. And I was pushing for that reason. I wanted to go. I want the judge to see the evil shit that she's been doing and how she's been weaponizing the court system for years against people that she doesn't like. But here we go. Here is number 2.
And this morning, I'm getting dragged into more shit because whoever this person is now threatening to kill my son. So I got 4 emails overnight. One was, I'm going to probably take out a restraining order against you. Followed up by, I'm not the one to mess with a link to a video that was removed by the creator, apparently. Then followed by another email that said, what did it say? I know you reported my video. Thanks for taking down my video. And then the following email was Vaughn's tragic death, which is my son. And then saying, you better be careful, or you better be sorry. Let me read it for you. This was literally my point of no return. The point where I called my lawyers. Vaughn's tragic death. You reported her GoFundMe. Renelle and Rabbit and her videos. I know it's you. She has the evidence. You and my crazy stalker are working together. You don't even know what's coming for you. Get ready. Nobody can save you now. With the title of Vaughn's tragic death, which is my son's name. So the police won't do shit. I'm not going to report it to the police. I live in a bumfuck small town. Like, the police here don't do crap about cyber anything. They don't care. They will not spend and invest any time in it.
Well, she claims that she got an email overnight and that was her breaking point to when she called her lawyers. And how far did that get you, Katie? It must suck when you have a lawyer that's on your side, you got the police that are on your side, and you got this big advantage over me. You're going to get me in that. Doesn't it suck that at the end of the day, they all dropped you like a hot potato? Doesn't that suck? And that it all backfired and twisted right back onto you. That must really suck. All right. And then she said something. What else did she say? That she's like pretending she has to go and read the emails as if she doesn't know what's in them. Like, bitch, shut up.
So the police won't do shit. I'm not going to report it to the police. I live in a bumfuck small town. Like, the police here don't do crap about cyber anything. They don't care. They will not spend and invest any time in it. I'm not going to call the police over this because literally they are not going to do anything. But they don't do anything. They don't care about online threats. They don't care. I live in a small town. No, just, you guys, I'm turning off comments. I'm turning off comments because I'm already taking steps. I want y'all to know that I'm handling this. It will be handled. I gave these people grace last week, and I said I wasn't going to go legal with them. I said, I'm not going to try to silence you and try to take away your rights to speak about me. That's not my job.
So what kills me is the fact that I'm not going to go legal with you. I'm not going to try to get your content taken down. Is that bitch for real? Did I not just read y'all what her whole request was from the judge? Like, this kills me. And she's got this taken care of. I'm not going to call the police. The police aren't going to do nothing. They don't do anything with cyber crimes. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you're so fake. Ugh. What kills me is the fact that she had been having me investigated before I even knew it for 4 months. It's so funny that in February was when they started. That was ironic. And
yeah, it was either the stream you were just playing, or it was one right around then. It was when they took pictures of her home. She said that someone asked about the cameras, or she mentioned the cameras on the front of her home, and she said, "Oh, yeah, no, I don't have access to that. My husband's going to look at that." And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, why wouldn't you have access to that? Why would you? What? That would have been the first thing I did, was run looking to see what the cameras caught.
Oh, exactly. And I was from June 28th on, when I was put on notice, I knew anything another creator did to her that she saw as a threat or harassment, she was going to put on me. So the Balls account, I don't know why in the hell you decided that you're going to block me. You wouldn't believe the shit I've been through due to what you posted. And I know that that one creator lives near Katie. She goes to Katie's hearings and all that she is sending you the stuff to post from the courthouse and all that. But her attorney for a while thought it was me. And so I'm getting pinned with all this stuff. And Katie's taking full advantage of everything that the Balls girl especially was doing to her. All right, but I think this is the one where you can really tell in her expressions what she's so fake, bro.
And here's the thing. People will often say to me, Katie, you always find yourself in drama. And you know what? No, I don't. This is actually not my drama. What they're doing has nothing to do with me other than they talk about me. Do you feel me? I don't know these people. I don't talk to them. I don't speak to them. They're not my friends. They're not my family. They're not my employees. They're not my colleagues. They're literally just human beings that exist on YouTube that have decided that I am their content. And this is how they make their money, which is fine. Whatever. Make your money. Get your coin. But they are literally making up insane conspiracies about me, that I am trying to destroy people's lives through my employee, and I am sending them threats through my employee, who I don't have, by the way, and that me, little old me, who's literally just putting out content on my channel every day, is trying to ruin the world. And this morning, I'm getting dragged into more shit because whoever this person is now threatening to kill my son.
Because all you were doing is just little on me reporting on. Our Facebook groups wouldn't blow the fuck up like they do. You got to be doing, if you literally can look at yourself and think you do nothing wrong whatsoever, something's wrong. Because, and I think you really do deep down know what you do is wrong, because you did every single thing you possibly could to avoid getting in front of that judge. All I had to do was send him the link to my channel, honestly, and that would have been game over right there. All right, let's see. We got, okay, now we move. Those are just 5 clips from the 13th. Now we're going to move to February 15th, IG Live, 30 seconds.
And I don't want to use her name, but y'all know about the whole FBI, the swatting, all of those threats I received during the Tati Westbrook lawsuit. That woman inserted herself in the lawsuit, became friends with all of these people, and now someone new in this group is trying to mimic that woman and is using the same tactics. But she's not doing it the same. That woman knew how to actually spoof emails. This person just keeps creating Gmail accounts. They're not using the same server. We couldn't even trace those emails that the one woman was using because she was using like an actual spoofing website. This woman is literally just creating new Gmail accounts, and every time I get a new email, I'm blocking them from my server.
That person was so great at spoofing emails that as soon as you go on the emails, you literally can click on the server they were created from, which I'm about to show you how Katherine and team were spoofing emails. Here we go. Here's the story behind the fucking emails.
How I exposed Katherine and team of spoofing emails in an attempt to frame her enemies with crimes. In 2019, Katherine was in an active defamation lawsuit with Tati and James Westbrook. Katherine had spoofed emails created in the opposing parties' names. Katherine then had death threats and child porn sent to her using the plaintiff's email addresses in spoofed form. She was trying to convince the judge that the plaintiff's attorney, Michael Sauls, had been threatening her and harassing her. She even tried to convince the bar to pull his license. The plaintiff's attorney was on to her. So she framed a creator she hates named Steve McRae was sending the death threats and child porn. For 2 years, everyone was convinced that Steve was behind the threats. This is Steve McRae's YouTube channel. I launched my channel on November 11th of 2022. On May 23rd of 2023, I went live to expose the truth about the spoofed emails. This is the stream that I did on May 23rd of 2023 called Spoofing Scores. After 2 years of people falsely believing Steve was behind it, I was able to prove Steve McRae never sent the threats or child porn. Afterwards, in revenge, a threat was emailed to me. They threatened to frame me with death threat emails using another method since I exposed how they had been doing it since 2019. Since May of 2023, Katherine has had threats emailed to herself and others by creating Gmail accounts under my name. Since May of 2023, I've worked endlessly trying to clear my name. Then on June 28th, Katherine filed a false HRO on me using the spoofed emails that she had created in my name. What I'm about to show you is how they created spoofed emails from 2019 to 2023, and this is one of the reasons Katherine is now after me in revenge. Also, how she is using the same tactics now to frame Robert Shin with crimes. At the beginning of May of 2023, I exposed how they were spoofing emails. As you'll notice, Steve's profile picture is showing on every single email he sent me except the one at the top. There's no profile picture. That's a sign of spoofed emailing. And I'm about to open the email and go up and down the feed to prove to you that this is a legit email and that I'm doing this live. So as you see, I'm scrolling up and down. He forwarded this back to me about, I believe he forwarded me this in 2023. Somehow when they were spoofing the emails in his name using his real email address, all of the threats got returned to him somehow. But as you're about to notice, I'm going to click on the host and it's going to take me straight to the EI.cz website where, boom, it exposes that the host of this email is a fake emailing site. Free online fake mailer with attachments, encryption, HTML, editor, and advanced settings. So from name, from email, then the text box, you can put someone's real legitimate email in there, put some threats in the text, boom, send it to them, and they believe it's from you. This is how they frame people from 2019 all the way to 2023 until I exposed it.
And Aaron exposed, I think, some of it. And to correct, that's just one of the reasons I believe that. Think about it, May 23rd, right? Okay. May 26th is when Uni sent me an email with a threat in it. May 26th. So
first of all, you got the years wrong. They didn't start doing this until 2020, the end of 2020. That's when the Toddy she was served at the end of October in 2020 with the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit. If anything did occur before then, I know nothing about it. But
do you know who received the first spoofed email? Who started getting the emails first?
I don't know exactly who was first, but I know who was getting them before me anyway. Then there was Katie, I think Charlotte on the web.
Okay, but where did they begin? Where did they come out from? Who was she after? Who was the first person accused of doing it?
No one. I don't think anyone was accused until right around she was until after she settled, I think.
I'm trying to figure out where all of this spoofed email shit came from.
Right. So but anyways, when this was going on, I was learning how to trace the headers or whatever, and I watched a video on how you could just open up the original source, whatever data, whatever the email, and if depending on whether or not that passes or fails, that tells you if it's a legitimate address or a legitimate server. And that's where I picked up the IP address for that Czech Republic site. Here's the thing, though. That Czech Republic site stopped working a long time ago.
And, well, they never started the Gmail thing until the March of 2023.
Okay. Yeah.
But my what I'm wondering is, I just don't get how this all began. Was Katie when was the first time you were ever that spoofed emails were ever brought to your attention that you can remember? There's a reason.
It was when things were being posted to Twitter. She had posted things, and no, Michael Saltz posted things. Something about how someone tried to make a recovery email address for one of his Twitter accounts, or Twitter. Yeah, I think it was Twitter. No, one of his emails. And the recovery email address they were trying to use was Katie's. And I remember that's when I first learned about this, and people were speculating. I'm looking at it. I'm like, no, this isn't Katie. Or, I mean, this isn't anyone else. This is Katie trying to make it look like someone's trying to frame Katie.
Yes.
This is what it looks like to me. And it's still, to this day, I still stand by that, whatever. But, yeah.
I believe that. And the reason why, just real quick, the reason I believe that is out of all the 20-something emails that her lawyer sent me, I realized why he didn't send me the one in Catherine's name, because she knows that her tips are without a crystal ball one is connected to the KJ Paulson one. So she made sure not to add those to the list, and she was hoping I didn't pay attention. It's very strange you didn't give your lawyer those two specific that were made in your name.
Yeah, that is weird.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, so when the email started up again, I don't remember. I can find out though. I can look at my emails to see when I received this. I wanted to see if this was in fact another case of using like the proxy site there. So I went onto the proxy site and I tried to send myself an email from one of my other email addresses. But using the proxy site, I put my Slayer Utica email in there as my as the recipient, and I used my EKC People Suck email account as the one sending it.
Okay.
As a spoofed email.
As a test, right?
Right. Well, my Slayer Utica never received an email. However, my EKC People Suck did receive an email alerting me that someone was trying to use my email address as a sender. And I'm like, well, that's interesting because that's not what they did before. Like, it looks like Google was now flagging this. And that was,
I think I'm asking wrong, but okay. How did it go? Because you said, Saltz, that was what got your attention is when, Saltz said someone tried to hack into his Twitter. But How did that move from somehow, ironically, her lawsuit to now y'all as creators that report on her? Now y'all are behind. How did that move from the lawsuit to y'all being involved in these emails?
The first I heard of any content creators involved in receiving shit was when Charlotte was talking about it on her channel. And then I heard like other people were getting them. I think Dottie Morgan was one, and there were a couple other I'd have to go back and remember. It's been a while. And then I didn't start receiving anything until like March, I think maybe sometime in March. But I remember hearing about Charlotte receiving him, I think at the end of January, beginning of February.
And was Katie after Charlotte at the time? Was she mad at Charlotte? I know Jesse was mad at Charlotte at the time.
I don't think they liked each other, but I mean, that's about it. I mean, Katie didn't really talk about her, and and I don't know.
So
I mean,
was there a time where she's like out in Charlotte's crimes and crap on her channel and all that, and mad?
Yeah, that was later on, though.
Okay. But what was when did these emails get hot? When did Katie come out of the gate and start accusing the creators of threatening her and stuff? How did that how did that all transfer onto you guys as creators is what I'm trying to figure out.
I think it was after they settled. It was after the settlement had occurred. So I want to say that it was right around June of 2021. Because the infamous live stream on Kay Baxter's channel was in July. So I think
you got blamed and you weren't even invited to defend yourselves.
Right. Yeah, the one where Katie and Nat were both on together. So that was mid-July, and it was a good month. I'd say the beginning of June, really. Katie and Unirock were really kind of trying to form this whole, or paint this whole picture, or form this whole narrative of where Steve and the lobster sex cult or some shit like that was responsible.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So another that I'm asking this for a certain reason because of behind the scenes, which we're going to find out a lot next week when I receive all of the these ghost emails that I paid for. I can't wait to see the evidence she tried to turn in. That's going to be epic, bro. I can't wait to see that shit. But let's go on to the second clip. But here's what I don't understand.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments here. Without a Lawyer says they had those 20 odd fake Twitter accounts with screenshots from fake Instagram messages then to emails. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I still have a list of all of those fake Twitter accounts too.
What happened now?
So like all of these fake Twitter accounts were made so that they could like post a lot of these disgusting images or whatever. And there were some fake Instagram accounts and stuff. And like whenever there was, I guess if there's a group of people, I wasn't in this group, but if there's a group of people in Twitter, it was like a chat group or something, where when these accounts would pop up, people would kind of like go into action into reporting the accounts and getting it taken down and shit like that. So as a result, there was a list comprised of all of these different account names. And I think I still have that on my computer somewhere.
I gotta write something. I gotta ask you.
Yeah, the fake messages though, like that didn't. I don't think that shit came out until later on. At least it didn't become known until later on. I don't think.
Well, it's just crazy how it all links to Katherine. All the stories paint her as a victim. She claims that these emails are threatening her and harming her and scaring her, but they always seem to wind up benefiting her in some way and destroying all of those that she blames them on.
I was listening to Cactus Bill, and I don't recall this, but Cactus Bill said something in a stream about how the names, allegedly the names used on a lot of these fake accounts and shit through Twitter, they all tied into Katie because like they were names that she had mentioned like throughout when telling stories about her life or talking about like previous pets she owned or whatnot. I don't know if it's true or not. I have no idea. I never heard this before until just recently, so I don't know.
Well, with the Gmails, if you go to your Google account right now and say, there's a little section that says recovery email. And the recovery email is if you can't remember your password and you're trying to log into your Google account, they can send you a code. You can reset your password and get back into your account. But to make an email, your email, they got to verify that that email is real. So what they will do, and that it is your email, and what they will do to verify that is they will send you a code to the recovery email that you're wanting to make the recovery email. So it'll say add recovery email. So you'll add an email that you want to be your backup in case you ever get locked out of your account. And then it'll say sending code. You will then have to go to that email, grab the code, to then go and type in to verify that that is your email that you're wanting to list as the recovery. So she's on her channel claiming that the Katherine Paulson added her to without a crystal ball account as the recovery email. Well, the only way that could possibly have happened, Katie, is if you sent them the code. Which I know next you're going to try to say your tips out without a crystal ball Gmail account was hacked. And I think that was a scary moment for her because when she knew that one was going to get subpoenaed, I really know she's been doing some dirty shit there. But that was like her showing that was stupid for her to do because everybody knows how you add a recovery account. You absolutely, without a doubt, have to verify your email address with a code before it will become the recovery email address. She absolutely would have had to send whoever created the fake email a code in order for that to happen. So that, and coincidentally, she did this because right after she says, and you know, I also got sent an email that lets me know that the KJ Paulson one was a deleted Gmail. Well, the only way they would be notifying you of that is if you successfully became the recovery email, Katie. But anyway, let's what number are we on? I think we're on.
And now this person is using an AI software to attempt to make audio of me and of Steve. And yesterday, this person sent audio clips of in AI. It was not Steve saying this. It wasn't his voice. It was a complete computer-generated thing. But it was trying to have it set up like Steve was directing these people to do things. Like, you go make this and send this to Katie. It was very clear it wasn't Steve. I've listened to the guy's voice a million times over the years.
In what world would she ever vouch for Steve? I know Steve's not behind the AI creation. I know blah, blah, blah. And I know Steve didn't say that about me. In what universe would she ever vindicate Steve? You remember when Kathy P. And isn't it funny that you're saying that I created this AI, but the only place the AI was released or discovered was on Kathy P's channel, who hates my guts. That was an epic fail, Katie. Keep trying.
And now the same person is sending me a threat saying that I need to pay them $10,000, which is hilarious, in a Cash App, or I'm going to send this recorded clip to Clark Swanson. Do you guys know who Clark Swanson is? This is so insane. Ridiculous, by the way. Because Clark Swanson is Tati Westbrook's old business partner. And if you follow anything along with this situation, is I settled with Tati Westbrook. And when I settled, I agreed to help her with her case against her business partner, Clark Swanson, which included being a potential witness in a trial.
No, she agreed to snitch on and sell him out to save her own ass. She had to throw him under the bus. That's what she had to do. He came to her, gave her information to blast on her channel. She got her dumbass sued because she was lying. And then she had no choice but to give him up and all the information that he gave her up so that they could use it in trial. So she had to sell him out and fuck him over to even get a glimpse of some sort of settlement, because otherwise they would have handed her ass to her. There was no chance of a dismissal because she was guilty as fucking charged. Next.
Now, I'm not going to actually have to sit as a witness in her case because I already gave a deposition. And I've met with both Tati's attorneys and Clark Swanson's attorneys. And I did like a days-long deposition where I answered from both sides. Because the deposition was received so well, that can be used for testimony in the event that they actually go to trial. But I would hope, just for the sake of all of them, that they're able to settle and find resolution to this very awful conflict that they're in.
Which they're only in on part because of you.
And this person is trying to act like there's still some sort of like, I've got some secrets about Clark Swanson and that I lied to Tati, which I didn't lie. So they created this ridiculous AI, and I'm going to see if you guys can hear this. But they're going to play this for Clark if I don't give them $10,000.
Swanson didn't tell me anything. I just told Tati what she wanted to hear. She's so dumb as his salts. They believed me that Swanson was behind the defamation and not me. Swanson didn't tell me anything. I just told Tati what she wanted to hear. She's so dumb as his salts. They believed me that Swanson was behind the defamation and not me.
Magically, right before this AI audio was released, Katie makes a post bragging about knowing how to create AI audio. And then, not to mention, after she threw the guy under the bus, she then tried her best to frame the guy, to make sure she tried her best to frame him with crimes. Anybody that she can manipulate herself into becoming the victim or get herself out of trouble, she frames. And the only person she's been successful. I mean, she's absolutely scared people off YouTube. She's had people's CPS called on people. I mean, what kills me is, I mean, she rants and rants about people calling CPS on her, but she made a literal post about Gypsy like 5 days ago where she's saying it's illegal in the state of Louisiana for Gypsy to even have a child. And she's absolutely influencing and provoking her whole audience to blow up the CPS board as soon as that baby's born in the hospital. But yet you wonder why that fucking place gets blown up on you. Wow. Everything she accuses someone else of doing, she's absolutely doing. When she was laughing right there, oh, I didn't lie on Clark's. She absolutely lied under oath, just like she did here. She signed that HRO claiming that everything she put in there was true. And every bit of it was a lie. And she knew it was a lie. And she knew it wouldn't go anywhere. She knew she had no evidence. And she knew she was absolutely fucked because she was hoping her evidence would be the witnesses. But when they became my witnesses, she knew she was fucked and shit out of luck. And when my side started investigating everything, it actually helped me in various ways. So, like I said, I've been able to get myself vindicated on every single thing except these spoofed emails. Well, thanks, dumbass, for getting me investigated because now I'm permanently vindicated. All the spoofed emails are over after a fucking 2 years of being framed with them. So now you get to move on to somebody else. So thank you for that.
It's also not a question from the evidence that was provided in the case. So this is actually just a false statement. It's just a false statement. But it's like I'm somehow supposed to be scared of that. I'm not scared of it because it's factually inaccurate, completely inaccurate. So this is what this person's doing. They're trying to threaten me to pay the money, which I'm not going to pay.
Threaten to pay you money. They're threatening you to pay them money. So she's trying to say someone's trying to extort her. Okay, come on, Katie. Damn. Anything else to make you the fucking advocate for victims over here. I mean, she claims that bitch, what cult have you exposed? Which narcissist have you exposed? She says that she covers things about narcissists and people that do bad things. Well, bitch, cover your damn self and you'll be rich.
I'm allowed to share any details about what happened with Tati in order to defend myself against claims like this. There is nothing more than both of us, according to our, when we all sat down in agreements to make sure that these false narratives go around like there's some sort of beef between us. There's no beef. It's all resolved. Mediation does wonders. Oh, God, it's so like, what do you call it? I'm so shiny right now. I'm shiny. Okay, anyways, sorry for being so shiny.
You look like a dead horse, but that was the most gaslighting fucking shit I ever just heard. She claims that she's allowed to, if someone were to come out and talk about the Tati Westbrook case and talk about it with false information, she's allowed to come out and clear it up. No, your settlement agreement, which I remember you saying you weren't allowed to say much about it, but you were not allowed to speak about them whatsoever. And what are you doing? All right, next, and then I'll let Erin off here before she falls into a coma on my stream. She said she loves me, but I think she's half asleep. Next, I'm going to show you. So, Katherine, like I said, the spoofed emails, I absolutely, once those would have been subpoenaed, all of that would have been taken out the window. Next, the investigator thing backfired on her where she claims I filed all these reports, emailed the police station. They all cleared me. It wasn't me. So what else has she got? She thinks that she can get me with these fake messenger messages, and I'm going to literally show you her teaching her audience how to create fake messenger messages under the UK, by the way, just saying. And then I'm going to show you me live on her Facebook, which you can go to this day. I will send you the link to the post of her posting fake messages that she tried to frame a girl named Tony Campbell with. And then I'll show you where her team followed up with the same tactics, which is what me and Erin exposed back in November of 2022. But here we go. she's been doing this a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
I might not, but damn, I've got so much good circumstantial shit when it comes to this. You can never actually prove, Katherine had faked the spoofed emails in my name unless she willingly admitted it. But I can prove everything that steps around it and then steps right on top of her that puts her right there. But let's go.
I even showed her this. One of my subscribers created a video to show.
Give context. So this is when she wrote some nasty ass messages on Facebook Messenger about Leslie Bass's nephew that was dying at the time. And then she got busted or outed, went and got Unirock, Unichode over there to cover her ass and lie and claim that the messages were fake and da-da-da, even though she was over there on Facebook fucking deleting her whole fucking Facebook due to her being scared to death. And so this is her gaslighting the shit out of Leslie, volunteering to show Leslie how messages on Messenger can be faked. And this proves that she did not write the horrible, nasty things that she said about Leslie, even though she was extremely jealous of her at the time for, competing with the same content. And plus, Leslie's way hotter than Katie. Katie's not hot at all, so I don't know what point I was trying to make. But anyway, here we go.
I even showed her this. One of my subscribers created a video to show people how easy it is to fake messages. Hold on. And my subscriber said, here, I found an app where you can make these these fake after all this blew up. Why don't you put this on your Twitter and show people how easy it is? Because people were saying it's impossible to fake screenshots. So this person made this video for me. And I sent this to Leslie, showing her that it's not impossible to make fake screenshots.
As she's showing you this fake messaging app, pay attention because you're about to see where it says the United Kingdom, UK, under the message.
You can even change the date and time of when it happened, the day it was sent, the time it was sent. Like, it's an app you can use. So it's not hard to fake these screenshots. And we Googled and we found numerous apps where you can fake these. And I showed this to her and I said, these are apps that you can make these fake screenshots. It's not hard. Or someone can set up a dummy account on Facebook. They can use my profile picture. They can put their name temporarily as mine and then have a conversation with a friend to make it appear real. There's lots of ways to fake screenshots. It doesn't mean they're real.
Okay, so we just witnessed her showing her audience how to create fake messages. Now what you're about to see is her staging her own Twitter hacking, and you're going to see the UK at the top of the screenshot to prove it. All right, right here, you're watching me go to her Twitter page, and as you can see, she says, hey guys, I'm back up. It looks like I was hacked, and she attaches this screenshot, and at the top you can see where it says the UK. So you're going to notice that at the top of the screenshot, it says the UK. So she faked this screenshot in order to stage her own hacking, and she blamed tons of people for hacking her and blamed them for doing this whole time. But as you can see, the UK is at the top. And that proves, and it has the military time 2007, it proves that she staged her own hacking using fake screenshots. Let me show you something she did on Facebook.
All right. So with the emails, I can absolutely prove without a doubt that she faked screenshots. And it's so crazy that she's teaching people how to fake screenshots from Messenger and using the UK. And then she literally posted a screenshot on Twitter saying she's been hacked, and at the top of the screenshot, it says the UK. Isn't that crazy? All right, next I'm going to literally show you her doing that very thing that she just said people do. She just said that she can move their name, put it on top, put their picture over, and it's so easy to fake Messenger screenshots. I'm going to show you her doing that very thing to this person live from her own Facebook from the other day.
The following is Katie and team faking Facebook Messenger screenshots. First, I'm going to show you the screenshots. So you notice the white lines? Those are cut and crops. They cut out messages and added messages. You see the white?
Quick, this one is from the Letitia case. The one under it is from, okay, half of it is from the Letitia and the other half was from the Marvin case as well, except they're two separate things. This one, there's white lines that go through the words that you can absolutely tell they're fake. And then the other ones, you're going to notice a name that at the top that says Tony Campbell. Behind it, there's some black backing. It's hard to see this because these were done in a 9x16, but I'm about to make every one of those videos public. They're members only right now, and you can go look up close to yourself and zoom in on them if you want to.
The following is Katie and team faking Facebook Messenger screenshots. First, I'm going to show you the screenshots. So you notice the white lines? Those are cut and crops. They cut out messages and added messages. You see the white lines going through the messages? This is how you can tell they're fake. See that line going straight through the orange? Now I'm going to show you the live screen recording from their Facebook page. So this is me live on the Nonsense page. I clicked on the post. These are the attachments. This one looks okay. This one looks okay. And then I put this next part in slow motion so you can really see. Notice the white line cut through right there. See where they kind of cut out messages or added messages right there. And then we're going to turn to the next one. It looks all right. And then if you keep going, it looks all right. And then we get to the next one that's fake. Boom. Notice the white line at the very top up there cut through the orange. This is the messages that I showed you at the beginning of this video. And then you're going to notice, I think, one more. Yes, this one's really bad. You can see all the cut up lines if you really look up close. You can see all the white lines cutting through. This is where they edited, cut, and cropped messages out to frame a woman with a donation scam when they were covering this case. And I called it and exposed it. This one looks all right. And then I'm just going to show you me going back to the post where it shows you live that I was on her post. And now I'm going to click back and it'll take me right back to her post. Now those red circles are her circles, not mine. This is me live on Katie's Facebook. Here is the same post that she shared from Nonsense on the Web. Same post with those fake screenshots. Okay, so this is a post that Katie shared from Nonsense with those same screenshots in it.
Okay, what I'm looking for, where the hell is it? I'm looking for the one with Tony's name. Where is that one?
The one with Tony's name, you said?
Yeah, I had created another short. I created another short with Tony's name showing. That one's a good. I got to find that one real quick. That was really good. Hacking. Was it this one? Let me see if this one's it. What is the minutes on the... Okay. Okay, one. Here it is. Fuck, I forgot to upload it. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Damn it. Let me just make it public. I wonder if I share the screen, will it be bigger where y'all can see that shit? Let me try it that way, super fast. And I'm going to let you off here, Aaron. Aaron, real quick, we got to do a stream on Chess. We got to do a stream on Dumbass on the Way. And we got to do some more 7M cult streams. When are you free again?
I am free on Thursday night.
Thursday night. Okay,
yeah,
Thursday
afternoon or Thursday night, but not Thursday evening.
Okay, what time would be probably good on Thursday night? Maybe I'll get some stuff in by
like 10 o'clock or later.
So if I scheduled a stream for then, you'd be good?
Oh yeah. Yep. I'd for right at 10, I'd be perfect.
Which one would you rather do? Nonsense, HRO Part 6 if I get paperwork in, or would you rather do 7M, or would you rather do Chesh and Manya?
You know, I think Chesh and Manya are going to take a little bit more time to prepare. Because I don't really have or know much. I mean, I don't read him. I've never really cared.
Me either. They're too boring to watch. 7 and 8 hours. Jesus, they're complaining that we don't respond. Who the fuck can respond to that kind of shit?
But with all the new shit coming up lately here and, you know, people reaching out to us and everything about Nonsense, maybe do cover that.
Yeah, I've been on a debate in my head because that would mean I'd have to shoot, I'm trying to make it to where we're little and that's big. Sorry. I wish it just means I would have to listen to her voice, and I tried to do it today.
I know.
I want to die listening to her. Ugh. But I know those girls need help. They just don't know what all we know. If they would just take the time to watch our videos, they would catch on quick. All right, the one I was trying to show you guys was I want to see if this appears bigger if I just share my screen. Okay, 153, this one. Please show bigger. Turn my screen off so it doesn't start freezing and shit.
Part 2 of faking messenger messages. Now I'm going to show you an example of a real Facebook Messenger message real quick. As you can see, it's flat white all the way. It says Brandy.
Nice.
There's a call button, a video button, and an information button showing. Okay, here is a fake one that you're about to see in one of Katie's posts. As you can see, it says Tony Campbell. It is blurred. You can see stacking and things behind it. Her name. This was copied and pasted into this message to make it look as if this person made these messages. You can see it all day long. This one's really bad. You can see the stacking up behind it, and there's no call or video button or information button, nothing. It's not flat, anything. So this is an obvious fake, and here's her posting the fake messages to frame someone. I'm live on Facebook. Go into her page. Go to the Without a Crystal Ball Facebook page. Search, and I'm just going to type in admins. You can type in a keyword search, and it'll give you relevant posts. So we're just going to go on down to, let's do this one. All right, so she has the long post here, as you can see. And at the time, she was covering a case about a woman who had a dying son who was in a coma, and she framed this woman with an $80,000 donation scam. I'm going to show you the messages and how they're fake. So here's the attachments to her post. Right away, here you go. You notice right there at the top, you see the black, you see where it says Tony Campbell? That was copied and pasted onto this screenshot to make it look as if Tony was messaging this stuff, but she didn't. These are fake. You can see at the top where it says Tony Campbell, and it was pasted up there. Now I'm going to show you an example of real Facebook Messenger messages. Unlike the ones we just saw, you can see Brandy's name up there. You can see the green dot. You can see the call button, the video button, the information button, and all of the blanks below. This is me live on my own Messenger using an example to show you a real Messenger message. And all of the blanks.
No one seems to know this, but Amazon actually has a $50 million fund that they have to pay out every single month.
Okay. What I just did was, let me put us back up here now. Okay. What I just did was added all of those videos to the HRO playlist, which I'm dropping in the chat right now. And I'll pin it to the top. Please go and look at those 4 videos, because I just clicked on one and it plays it up close if you're on your phone or on a computer, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're interested, you'll see her fake these messages, and she's been doing it for years. I'm going to put it in chat, and I'm going to put it in my chat. I'm going to Aaron's right now. But please, seriously, look at them. So when she was trying to teach Leslie all that, guess where I got that video from? I pulled it out of the Dropbox off of the Tiny Westbrook lawsuit. Sauce was using it as evidence because Katie was he believed Katie was behind all the hacking and all that shit, because who else had a reason to do it besides her? And he was trying to prove that she has a history of doing these sort of things. But I just put the playlist in both of our chats. But guys, we've been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. It is 3:25 a.m. and I'm going to play some Fortnite and pass out. I'm sorry we had to screw up this today. Oh man, we're way behind. Hey, Hot Tea Joyless. Yeah, she just can't talk about the Chrisleys. She doesn't ever listen. Aaron, are you awake?
Yeah, no, I'm awake.
Are you headed to bed?
No, yeah, probably shortly.
Who did you say you wanted to do on Thursday? So I can get it ready.
Well, I mean, I don't. It could be either anyone really you want. I was just thinking though, like, because like I never really bothered to learn much about Cheshire Mania, although, I mean, I guess we can learn, but then like how you were talking about having to sit through and listen to nonsense. I kind of feel the same way about listening to them.
Me too.
But I figured also too, with all the recent beefs or whatever nonsense it's been having with all these other channels and all the other channels that are reaching out to us, maybe consider talking about that.
Yeah, and I went to go kind of investigate that. I told those girls, I said, give me a list of the things, because you know I'm picky about how I do things. And what I was trying to get them to do is send me the issues that she has with you. Is she mad that you're profiting off of tragedies? Because I got the first, I've never reported on this because I was too lazy to do it at the time, but it would have been the best moment, and she's going to fucking hate it when I do it. But I got the ultimate tragedy pimp moment, which is a word I hate they came up with on nonsense. And so I was going to take all of the issues that she has towards them and just literally show her do those very things. Like she has an issue when people go real life,
Right.
where she literally admitted to contacting my family members. And, you know, she has an issue with people doxing. Well, she's doxed like 6 people, including herself. And then, you know, I was going to show where she gets criticized, and her immediate defense is to falsely accuse you of going after her husband or her kids because she can't attack the argument because she knows she's exposed. Or, you know, her biggest thing though is people profiting off of these crimes. Well, you know, one crime that was so close to home to her, and you know, just happens to be the same day that she launches her memberships on her channel. And, you know, she grifts like $300 bawling her eyes out over a CPS call that never happened. And then I catch her saying, you know, that the CPS call traumatized her kids. But I got her, luckily, I was looking at the moment she outed herself off camera and comes on camera, and she literally admits and says, well, I have, you know, CPS over here hanging out with us every couple of weeks to make sure things are going okay and all that. Well, if you had a CPS call that traumatized your kids, if they're over there every other week, then how would that be traumatizing? That's weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I've just been too lazy to do. It's hard. I want to. I've had fun. I mean, I'm still going to do the content I want to do, but I mean, we went through page and page and page and page of hell that I've been through in the past 2 years. I'm tired, bro.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you know, you think you're doing all of these things for a good reason. And you know, I don't expect good things to happen to me for doing good deeds. You do good deeds, good things will come and happen to you, and the truth shall set you free. But that's true and not true in a lot of ways. But all in all, the bad ended out turning up good. I mean, out of all those fucking accusations, I was thinking, holy shit, bro. But it all backfired, and it all ended up freeing me from all this bullshit that I've been accused of on social media because you can't fuck with the cops. So that's a plus. I don't know. I kind of want to do psychology and mental health. Like do my makeup, talk about PTSD or something like that. I do like true crime, but I got kind of burned out talking about Gypsy Rose. Definitely got to report on the Sarah Boone. Does anybody know about the Sarah Boone case where the woman helped her husband get into the suitcase? She fell asleep and found him dead in the suitcase the next day, and now she got life in prison. And the bitch is crazy. Have y'all ever, you know about Sarah Boone?
No, I don't.
Oh my God. So this woman and her boyfriend, George Torres, they're living in an apartment together, and she claims they were playing hide and seek. They're 42 years old, both of them. She claims they were playing hide and seek. He came over to the couch board, tapped her on the leg, and said, "You're it." So she goes up in the shower and hides. Well, she comes down the stairs after getting tired of waiting, and she claims that he was settling into the suitcase. He asked to be zipped up into it. They were both laughing. She zipped him in there, and that she went upstairs, drunk, fell asleep, and woke up the next day, and he was dead in the suitcase. Well, they believed her till she voluntarily gave over her phone and didn't even remember recording her own crime. And she's literally recorded herself talking to him while he's in a suitcase, and he's begging to be let out. What? And at a certain point, you're then culpable, because once he said he couldn't breathe, that then turned into second degree. And she's refusing to let him out. Every time he's asking, he's like, "Sarah, I can't breathe in here." She's like, "Well, that's on you. That's how I feel when you cheat on me." And then he's like, "Seriously, I can't breathe." She's like, "Well, that's how I feel when you strangle me." And she literally leaves him in there, and he dies. And I mean, it was negligence. She literally became culpable at that point when she had the chance to take action. Yeah. So you wouldn't believe the fucking trial over this and all this stuff. She still, to this day, doesn't see herself as guilty. You got to look at it. I'm just going to send you, I'm begging you to just watch the 6-minute video of her talking to him in the suitcase. It's fucking crazy. And it's a really good case. It's the weirdest case ever. So then, not only that, she gets interrogated, right? And they start interrogating her at the police department the next day. They told her to come. She was dying to get her cell phone back for some reason. And they found that at that point found the videos on her phone. And she claims that she didn't know the videos were there. But as soon as they try to press play, she's like, turn it off. I can't watch it. Turn it off. But she's trying this whole time to try to convince them that she's not the type of person that would kill anybody and blah, 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 blah. And it's so good. I'm going to report on her sentencing tomorrow. So she got sentenced today, and the state had offered her 15 years, but she's such a narcissist, she turned it down. She would have only had to serve 8 due to time served. So she turns down a plea deal, going to trial. She pleads on her own, testifies on her own behalf, which was the worst mistake they made. Claims battered wife syndrome and claims that she was terrified of him, so she put him in the suitcase so that he couldn't get out and harm her because he was threatening to kill her while he's in the suitcase. And they're like, no, bitch, he was trying to get out to breathe. Because in a suitcase or any kind of enclosed space, after a while, the oxygen started turning into carbon monoxide, which he then suffocate from, and he died from positional asphyxia. And she's shocked after the interrogation that she's being arrested for this. Like, oh my God, really? You're going to arrest me? And it's the craziest thing how she uses. And guess what her name is? When you look her up, you got to look her up as Sarah Boone. But the most hilarious part, she's the biggest narcissist. She's Katie's fucking sister. I swear to God, they're related. Her maiden name is Sarah Katherine Paulson.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
I report on this, I'll be like, I ain't talking about this Katie Paulson. I'm talking about her twin sister over here, Katherine Paulson. But I've been all into that trial, dude. It's fun. I gotta send you some videos on it. It's too fucking good. And she literally is an idiot. So she went through 7 attorneys to where the judge finally said, no, bitch, you're just going to represent your damn self. I'm not appointing nobody else. So she starts writing him a 53-page letter calling the judge an idiot and all kinds of stuff. And this judge is brilliant. And he don't take no shit from her. It's so good. You got to go check it out. I'm just going to send you the 6-minute video and you'll be hooked right there. But it's crazy. Awesome. It's Katie Joy Jr., bro, if not worse. Whew. If only. But you guys, it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. Thank you for being here for part 5. I know it might not be 4 in the morning for y'all's time. What time is it? Oh, you got the same time as me.
Yeah. I just looked at the clock too. I'm like, holy shit, it's 3:30 a.m. Oh my God. Yeah, I got to go to work and
oh no, when?
Oh, I have to be there at 1.
Yikes.
10 hours. Yeah.
I gotta get this fucking house clean. Which is not that bad, but we had Thanksgiving, so I got to do all that bullshit. But thank you all for coming. Trying to see if anything in the comments. Please hit the like button if you'd like to donate to our documents or just donate because you enjoyed the stream. You can donate to me or her. Our pay links are in the chat. I already know who this is. Aurora, I was legally cleared. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I don't believe anything at this point, girlfriend. So don't come in here with that. So you're saying that you were legally cleared for emails that you admit to doing? So I think Nat was in the comments as Aurora saying that she was legally cleared for the emails and the death threats and blah, blah, blah. But she's already admitted that she did those things. So how are you legally cleared for something you admitted doing? But I'm not even going there. I don't need that type of crazy near me right now. I'm getting off before it's too fucking late. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Play outro and then end stream. Yeah.